Hello and welcome into the CISM football pregame show. I'm John Schaefer in for Blake Walker tonight. Certainly looking forward to some great matchups in the final week of the regular season for Class 5A. We'll have Sioux City North at Centennial, Waterloo West at Waukee, a game that we're going to be talking a lot about tonight, plus hearing from their coaches. And then you also have Des Moines Lincoln taking on Valley. Dar Danielson will be on the call for that game. So we're taking a look at top 20 in the RPI as we get ready for that playoff finality as we find out later tonight who will be in and who will not be in to the postseason. It is certainly make or break time for a lot of teams. So a look at the top 20 for the Class 5A RPI. Dowling Catholic sits 7-1 comfortably into the playoffs along with Waukee Northwest. Of course, Northwest number 2 takes on number 13 Norwalk this week. This is really more of a chance for the Warriors to solidify a playoff berth if they can top the Wolves. Northwest should be hosting come first round and quarterfinal play. Number 3, Sioux City East, 7-1 on the year. Iowa City Liberty in at number 4. Johnston, Ankeny, and Valley all 6-2 on the year, all 5, 6, 7. And then Cedar Falls also in there at 6-2 as well for number 8. Number 9, Dallas Center Grimes, 6-2 as well, but they have to go out east to take on a 3-5 Cedar Rapids Kennedy team. That could be a tough out tonight for the Mustangs. A little bit of a do-or-die scenario for them. They might have enough buffer to keep them in that top 16, even with a loss tonight. Iowa City West at number 10, 6-2, plays host to 4-4 Linmar, and this is where you get into the must-win territory. If you're Iowa City West, you don't have to leave it or want to leave it up to that RPI to save you. Linmar sits 19th, so a win for them, and they might find a back way into the top 16. Cedar Rapids Prairie in at number 11 and 6-2. They have a favorable matchup tonight as well. Number 12, Waterloo West, 5-3. They're at Waukee tonight. And this is the game to circle because it maybe matters the most for the RPI. It's win and in for Waterloo West. It's that simple. Waukee's 3-5, but 17th in the RPI, coming off of that huge upset against Waukee Northwest. So if the Warriors can get the win tonight, I think it would be good enough to move the Warriors up into the top 16, drop Waterloo West out of the top 16, and so that would really be dependent, though, on how Norwalk, Indianola, Southeast Polk, and Centennial do as well, and this is why that RPI is great, but also a bit of a challenge to predict kind of the outcome here. So keep in mind, Norwalk is number 13. We mentioned them. They take on Waukee Northwest. Indianola at 5-3 is 14. Southeast Polk 4-4 on the year, in there at 15. They need one more win just to solidify that, along with Ankeny Centennial taking on that Sioux City North squad as well this evening. Then 17, we mentioned them, Waukee, the Warriors, 3-5. Dubuque Senior at 5-3. Might have some qualms with how the RPI has them positioned. Linmar at 4-4 controls their own destiny as well, and then Pleasant Valley there at number 20. So, an exciting night, as I mentioned, ahead. A lot on the line, and when we come back from the break, we'll preview this matchup between Waterloo West and the Waukee Warriors just a little bit more as we hear from both head coaches after the break. Once again, on CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back into CISN's football pregame show. John Schaefer with you once again. And now time to catch up with both coaches from one of the biggest matchups in all of high school football this evening. Waterloo West taking on the Waukee Warriors. We'll hear from Gabe Baker and Lonnie Moore, both head coaches for their respective squads. Keep in mind, Waterloo West riding a 3-game winning streak into this contest, including a massive upset of Dallas Center Grimes just a few weeks ago. For Waukee, well, they put themselves in a prime spot to win and get into the postseason after an upset of then number 1 Waukee Northwest, riding that high of a huge rivalry win. We caught up with both coaches. Take a look.
Joining me now is Waterloo West coach Lonnie Moore, and thanks for joining us here, Coach, on the pregame show. And first of all, looks like you guys 3 straight wins, kind of getting in a little groove here toward the end of the season.
Yeah, we're playing our best football right now. We got some guys healthy also that came back and kind of helped us on both sides of the ball. So that also helps out a little bit when our team is not as deep. So we need some of those key players to make sure they're there to help us out. And we're playing some good football right now. What
do you like about this team and the way they develop?
I just like the non-quit attitude, especially our seniors, the way they lead. We actually lost 3 games early in the season in a row. Any team at that time could have, bailed or, gave up. They continued to come back and kept working, kept getting better. So I just like their resilience, the way they fought, the way they played hard, and then things have happened for us.
Well, you come into this one you were in the playoffs last year, right?
That's correct.
So looking for your second straight playoff berth, but you play this Waukee team, and they had just a big emotional win over their crosstown rival last week. What do you see out of them? What do you have to do to be successful against them in this game?
Waukee came in, highly rated even before the season started. Looking at their schedule, they had a very, very tough schedule. So that record is very deceiving. They have played some really good teams and played them well. And again, they must have the same type of kids that worked hard and played hard and got a chance to play their rivals, as their rivals were ranked number 1 and came out on top. So, they're probably playing some of their best football too at the same time. So, be a good matchup.
What do you need to do for your own team to be successful here? You run the ball, pass the ball more? Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, if you look at our stats, we're pretty much even on both sides. So we're pretty even passing and running. I just think we need to be efficient, whatever we do. We usually take what the defense give us. We're not run it down your throat if we have to, or make you stop the run or make you stop the pass. We're more of an offense where, we're going to take what you give us and we try to execute that way and have our players make sure they execute the plays. Defensively, we just try to play hard. We want our guys to try to be around the ball. We tell them all the time that you can't make a play unless you're around the ball. So we try to fly the ball and be very aggressive and try to get them less to think about. We don't want them thinking a lot. We just want them reacting and playing hard from there.
And you say you're pretty healthy right at this point in the season?
We're a little healthier than we were at the beginning of the season. We still got some guys with some nicks and bruises and things like that. So like every other team, but we started off the season probably right after the first game. We had some guys that were down, and actually the second game, some guys that were down and didn't play for a game or 2, and this guy was out. But those guys are all back right now, and it's looking good for us.
Well, yeah, and that's, like you say, nobody's 100% in the season, but you're right where you want to be here on the verge of getting in the playoffs, and that's exactly what you aim for when you start the season, isn't it?
That's correct. So, we have a motto here with our program. When I started back as the head coach 17 years ago, it's called Play 14. And what Play 14 means is we want to play 14 games. Now, things have changed within the last 5 years where they took a game away. So we count our scrimmage as one of the games now. But only 2 teams in 5A play 14 games. That's the 2 teams in the state championship. So we got to tell our kids, first, you got to make the playoffs. And wherever way that goes, you don't have to be undefeated or anything. You just got to get yourself in a position to make the playoffs. Once you get to the playoffs, is everybody 0-0. Now you got to just make sure you're playing your best football. And then you just take one game at a time and try to make it to the Dome and then to the state championship.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate you visiting with us here on the pregame show, and good luck to you on Friday night, Coach.
Well, thank you for having us, and we appreciate everything you guys do for the Iowa football high school. We love it and all the publicity we get, and so thanks for having us, and go Warhawks.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Waukee High School. Here, it is week 9 of the Iowa high school football season, and it is time to set the postseason here after tonight. And tonight, arguably the most crucial game out of all of them here in the state of Iowa. It's the Waukee Warriors at 3-5, 17th in the RPI, taking on the 12th ranked RPI rated Waterloo West Wahawks at 5-3. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here this evening. It's a colder night. It's the coldest night we've had this year, Dave, and there's rain starting to fall. That's one thing about it, but this is such a big game. Waukee picks up the big emotional win on the road. They block Waukee Northwest possible game-tying field goal. They get the upset. That gives them a chance here tonight. On the other side, Waterloo West has won 3 straight after losing to Dowling Catholic. They've set themselves up. This is going to be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, when you talk about that, this time last week, Waukee Warriors probably just looking, all right, let's play this game. We got another game after that, and then we're getting ready for basketball season. And all of a sudden, again, a big emotional win. Now they've got some life. How do they handle that? You can have those emotional wins, and they can propel you or they can drain you. And so I think it's going to be big for them to come out. It's good they're playing at home, see if they can get off to a fast start, get themselves going, and let that emotion carry them some more.
The RPI has been the big talk of this week. We'll start out with Waukee because their situation's pretty simple. If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're out. For Waterloo West, a lot of people thought after last week's win for Waukee, everyone thought, well, if Waterloo West loses, they're probably out. That's not the case. Waterloo West can lose tonight, but then they need either Dubuque Senior, Norwalk, or Linn-Mar to lose. They're not favored in the games that they're playing. So if you're Waterloo West and you're Coach Moore in that team, you can't think about that because you have to try to improve your spot. You don't want to have to play Dowling Catholic in the first round.
No, and again, you want to be able to control your own destiny. You don't want to have to sit there and scoreboard watch, see what happens, hope that one thing leads to another in some of these other games. Take care of your business out there. Don't worry about watching scoreboards or checking your phone, checking up any updates. You want to go out. You want to make sure that you punch your ticket to get in. Leave no doubt. Don't have to wait. You don't want that bus ride home. You don't want to be sitting there checking scores. So, again, this is that situation. Both teams feel like, hey, they win, they're in. Waterloo West has maybe a little bit of room for error, but you don't want to rely on that if you're a coach.
Waukee, we know what they're made out of. Quarterback Beckett Baker, obviously one of their top producers this year. He's thrown 9 interceptions, 9 touchdown passes. Really, their offense kept him in the game last week. I want to talk about Waterloo West just a second. They've won 3 straight games. Brett McGovern has really been the key all factor for Waterloo West this year. They're big up front with Carson Nielsen. This is really a well-built-together team full of seniors. They made the playoffs last year. Ironically, it was, again, a Week 9 game. They had to beat Ottumwa to get in. This is a very sneaky Waterloo West team who beat DCG, who Waukee lost to.
Yeah, a lot of common matchups between the two, so you can gauge against that, but it is tough to do it that way. But, yeah, this is a team that I don't want to say out of nowhere the last couple years, but that program was down. Now they're starting to come back. Coach Moore's done a nice job of kind of building them up. And again, they put themselves in a position to come out here and win and get in. Or, again, maybe something happens, but knocking on the playoff door for a second year in a row.
Waukee wins the coin toss. They will elect to receive as the rain has really come down here at Waukee. I did not see any chance of rain, but a couple stray showers have worked their way into the metro. And it looks like they'll be dealing with some rain showers here as the night gets started. Just under 60 degrees this evening. Last time I checked was about 58, so football weather is back. We're excited to bring it to you here tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee is going to be in all black this evening, led by head coach Gabe Baker, has taken over the helm a couple years ago. Obviously has had his son as a quarterback, and this is the last home game of Beckett Baker's career. Obviously last year derailed a little bit, tore his ACL late in the year. They still went to the postseason, kind of stumbled through it, if you will, ended up losing to Iowa City Liberty, and then Waterloo West on the other side. Going to be in maroon, white, and maroon. It's been a fun year for both these two teams. So Waukee will receive to start things off this evening. And Rizvik will go on to kick this one away for the Wallhawks. Waukee 3-5, most likely looking at being the only team under 500 to make it to the Dome. Make it to the state playoffs. We've seen that before. Heck, we've even seen a team under 500 make the Dome in the Valley Tigers. Jay White and Jaden Jeter back to receive, and we are underway. This one is bobbled by Jeter. He'll take it at the 10. Jeter trying to make his way upfield and is spun down at about the 28-yard line. So we talked about Beckett Baker, Ben Case-Hobb, Evan Jacobson, kind of the tool gadget guy, but he doesn't have a touchdown catch this year.
Yeah, we were looking at that. Just astounding that he doesn't. Again, it's as we kind of talked about before. He's kind of a gadget guy. Bring him in. You got some height. You got some athleticism. Can pick you up a first down if need be. But again, a balanced attack and very similar on both sides with how Waterloo West attacks offensively. Same thing with Waukee.
They spread everybody out here. They got Miles O'Connor out to the far right. Ben Case Hobb in the backfield. The rain coming down here pretty heavy here at Waukee High School. We're underway. Beckett Baker will keep it on the first play from scrimmage, gets a couple yards. That's kind of what we're going to see tonight. Ran the ball pretty effectively, all things considering, against Waukee Northwest. That bails them out of situations more than anything.
Yeah, they come in averaging about 150 yards per game as a team. They had 240 against Northwest Waukee. Really were able to control the ball, especially in that second half. And that's what you have to do. If you're going to upset a team, you've got to make sure you're winning that time of possession. This is the right environment to kind of continue to build off of that success from last year, or from last week.
Waterloo West coming off, giving up just 13 points to Marshalltown. Here's Ben Case Hobb. Makes a couple guys miss. He's got the first down and more. That's what number 22 gives you in the backfield. 579 yards this year and 7 touchdowns. Can also make it gone in the passing game.
Yeah, right there. You look at that yards after contact and able to get through some arm tackles. Waterloo West going to have to clean that up a little bit with the power running that Waukee can display.
Waukee puts everybody up on the line, including Colton Smith just off right tackle. And now they move a man in motion. Jay White in the backfield. Had a couple really good explosive carries last week. He gets the carry off the right side. Waterloo West able to corral him, but he's still able to get a couple more. Good push to the far right side. But everybody was home.
Yeah, again, they had contact in the backfield. They were looking at a loss there, but able to kind of get out of it again and pick up a positive yard, get second and short.
Jay White, 115 yards on the ground coming into tonight. Again, a good chunk of those last week against Waukee Northwest was crucial in the victory. Waukee moving here just outside of their own 50. Here comes a pitch play to White. White hits the corners, got good blocking downfield. He's got the first down and much more. He runs over a man down inside the 45. Waukee's in business, another first down.
Yeah, it looked like number 12, Andy Musaboko got trucked there at the end of the play, but seeing a lot of this success on the sweeps.
Tough.
Yeah, I was going to say, look for this to kind of set up some play action. I was just going to say, right into it.
And he throws an interception. It's picked off. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Torian Doss picks it off for Waterloo West. It's the 10th interception of the year for Beckett Baker, but an early mistake by the Warriors has Waterloo West on the field early.
Yeah, looked like it got tipped there at the line. We'll see. Again, they go with the play action, try to hit the little pop pass to the tight end. The penetration by the defensive line, able to get a piece of it. And you said an early turnover. Again, we talked about the emotion and that ball control offense that you wanted to see out of Waukee early on. Big turnover there for Waterloo West. See if they can get something going the other way.
Torian Doss's first interception of the year. He's quite big in the passing game. We'll see it here soon. Here's Brent McGovern. Hands off to his tailback. And Felix is going to get forward for a couple. 1,053 yards for Felix this year. 8 touchdowns in the backfield for Anand.
Both these teams have that ability to go with a little bit of tempo, a little no huddle.
Rain shifted directions here. Now coming towards us at the window. Definitely didn't help Baker's pass by any means. Anand in the backfield once again on second down and short. They misdirect the play, and Anand has to scramble out of it. He's still going to get a couple positive yardage. There is a flag down. This is probably going to be on Waukee. There was a lot of celebration on the sideline trying to get the referee to throw the whistle. Probably face mask in there.
Yeah, and you saw the McGovern and Anand just not on the same page on the direction there, but Anand shifty enough in the backfield. You start reaching. That's when you get the is it going to say we're going to see the penalty here?
So 15 yards, and Waterloo West gets them free as You're slipping, you're sliding. Waukee just happened to grab a face mask. They're running off left tackle that time. That's what they're probably going to do most of the night. Carson Nielsen, the senior left tackle, 6'7", 290. Had offers from Missouri, Iowa, Iowa State, Minnesota, Kansas State. He chose the Hawkeyes next year. Anand gets the carry, bursts right up through the middle and has the first down. This is the thing with this Waterloo West team, Dave. Very, very solid as Anand is down, still on the field at the first down marker.
Yeah, he took a low hit on that tackle early, but yeah, a huge hole to run through to do. Nice job pulling a couple offensive linemen and Anand patient running behind him.
So he'll be checked out. Let's step aside for a quick break. Still 0-0 here at Waukee High School. Waterloo West and Waukee playing here in Week 9.
This ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate.
Anand walks off on his own power. So we'll have to check in on that in a little bit. Isaiah Shepard is the one in the backfield now for Waterloo West. On second down and short, Shepard gets the call going forward and has a first down just outside of the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone down to the 26-yard line.
Shepard coming in, just his 15th carry of the season. Again, it's been Anand that's on most of the load there for the running attack for the Wallhawks.
And we talk about Nielsen, but Kimberly St. Jean at left guard, 6'5", 328, right beside him. I mean, good luck catching him. McGovern's going to throw on first down and just spikes it into the ground. Nobody was really open. Brett has had a good year, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, he's really kind of helped the offense grow, an offense that has kind of been one-dimensional in recent years, but, boy, he gives them a good boost.
Well, and right there, just a nice trying not to do too much. The play just wasn't there. Looked, and said, all right, I'm just going to throw it at the feet of my receiver. We're going to move on and not risk it anything.
1,374 yards coming into tonight. Anand is back in the backfield. Good news for Wallhawks fans. Man in motion from left to right. Anand gets the carry. Still puts his head down, and boy, he's breaking tackles. Down inside the 20, down to the 19. It'll be third down and short upcoming for the Wallhawks.
Yeah, big pickup there on second down to get to third and short. They've been, again, just the one pass play for the Wallhawks that didn't really go anywhere. But now, again, you're setting up probably in four-down territory here. Like you said before, that left side of the line for the Wallhawks, just a load there.
Rizvik's longest is 33 yards. So they need a little bit of help here. Rain has subsided for a little bit. Third and short. Anand gets the carry up the middle, stays on his feet, and he's down inside the 10. Boy, he's being connected with, at least when he gets to the line of scrimmage, but boy, just able to keep the legs churning.
Well, a tough snap there. Good handle by McGovern there, and able to, again, as we said, Anand's patient there. Lets his pulling lineman get in front of him, and then able to follow it. And they're clearing some space and not getting a lot of contact until about 2 or 3 yards down the field.
First down and goal to go. Waterloo West trying to capitalize off the turnover. Anand up the middle, down inside to about the 1 yard line. As Waukee, no answer for the running game here. Ryan Woodruff ran over Waukee pretty well last week, but not to this point. I mean, Waterloo West is averaging about 7 yards per carry. They're going to hurry up here. McGovern trying to direct traffic. He goes under center. He has 4 rushing touchdowns this year. He leans for the goal line to try to make it 5, and he's not going to get there.
I don't think he got it. We didn't see a little push there from Anand. He was just kind of waiting. The tush push.
Almost a decoy in the backfield, if anything. Third down from the half-yard line.
It's third down and goal.
Just under 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Moving along here at Waukee High School. Beckett Baker throws the interception on the first drive for the Warriors. Now, Waterloo West trying to capitalize. McGovern tries again. Did he get it this time? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Waterloo West. The Wallhawks are on the board first here on the road. It's the 5th rushing touchdown of the year for the senior Brett McGovern.
Well, a nice drive there by the Wallhawks after the interception. They got a little help on the face mask penalty in the backfield, but really just methodical. Everything was downhill. The one passing completion, other than that, it was on the ground and getting a good push up front. A lot of stuff between the tackles.
McGovern will come and hold for Rizvik here, who is 27 of 29 on the air from a PAT perspective. He's got it. It's up and through, 7-0. Waterloo West strikes first. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
And the extra point is good. And the score.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Jay White with the return for Waukee. He's going to give him good field position all the way up to about the 37-yard line. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here this evening from Waukee High School. Thanks for tuning in here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee throws the interception on their opening drive. Waterloo West drives the length of the field. About 75, maybe 60% length of the field to go in and score. But you and I were talking about it during the break. While it was easy for Waterloo West on offense, all things considering, Waukee was moving it with ease as well.
Yeah, they've, again, good starting field position for them. And as you said, they were able to move the ball down the floor, or down the field, just a little tip pass there. But I'm getting ready for basketball season now too. But again, a huge drive here for Waukee. They've got to respond here emotionally to get themselves in this game, continue to stay in it, and find some things out defensively.
Waiting for a whistle. Now it blows. Beckett Baker took a couple big blows as he tried to cut it back. As they'll try to untangle the pile. And he got a couple, about 4 or 5. It'll be second down and medium here.
Well, and again, it's just the same on that first drive. A lot of arm tackles are kind of breaking through. We've had some contact in the backfield. The defense has not been able to get the offense going backwards here for either side.
Case Hobb tries to go off of the block from Evan Jacobson, but he was stood up, and he only got a yard. Waterloo West into corral it for the most part. Torian Doss. I'm going to call his name.
That man again there. Yeah. That's a big stop. He came up. There's a hole there that he was able to fill.
Big spot here. 3rd and 3 early. Waukee trying to stay on the field here. They bring Smith and Jacobson in motion.
They do have numbers here to this boundary side.
Case Hobb, again, good hole. Gets to the edge, but is he short? I think he got there. Maybe by about half a yard, it's going to be a first down for Waukee. Good blocking on the edge like you had talked about.
Yeah, you got to have those receivers be able to get downfield and occupy some of the defensive backs. And again, Doss able to come in and shed a blocker, but make the tackle, but not enough to prevent the first down.
Fresh set of downs here for Waukee. Michael Moeller, the only single lone safety in the backfield, waiting at about the 40. 42.5 tackles for him this year. Watch him to make some plays here tonight. Baker keeps off the right side, and again, just not going far. Waterloo West, really good pressure up front.
Yeah, they, again, not necessarily on the first drive, but you see a little bit of adjustment here. They've widened their gaps a little bit on the defensive line get those defensive ends in this 4-4 out a little bit wider just to space it out, let the linebackers come in and clean things up.
A couple bigger bodies up front. Tucker Satterley as well. This one's caught, but dropping down to the ground is Gutierrez.
Yeah, they had a little bubble screen set up, and the pass just a little too low. Gutierrez made the catch, but just couldn't go anywhere with it. They had the blockers downfield.
Gutierrez had one catch last week, came on 3rd and long. It was a crucial one to keep that drive alive for Waukee to kick the field goal that ended up winning the ball game. They don't go to him a lot, but boy, he's a sure hand catcher. Kind of a rare mistake there. 3rd down and long. Baker with time. Now steps up in the pocket. Here goes the speed by the senior. Beckett Baker to the right side. Down inside the 20. And all the way down to about the 13-yard line. Beckett Baker making room with his legs, and Waukee's drive continues.
Huge play there for the senior quarterback. Didn't have anything on the throw, but able to get the run going. You see him turns on the jets, and huge pickup there for that 1st down. Keep this drive alive.
He was so fast, the chain gang couldn't keep up. It will be 1st down. The 1st down will be at about the 2-yard line. Look for Evan Jacobson here. He is still yet to catch a touchdown pass in 2025, which is just crazy if you would have told us that at the beginning of the year. Jay White has to make a couple guys miss. Now works his way into the inside before he stood up. But a very good gain on 1st down. Yeah. He's going to have 2nd down and short upcoming.
Well, same thing. They had success running to the outside in that 1st drive. Now here, Waterloo West has taken that away, and you've seen the success now has been coming between the tackles for Waukee.
Still yardage to get a 1st down. The rain coming back. Looks like that might be the case tonight. Here's a play action fake and thrown low. It was almost intercepted. Intended for number 28 for Waukee, Miles O'Connor, and boy, very close on the interception for Masiboko.
There you go. Yeah, both just a little struggle so far in this passing game for Waukee. We've seen a couple throws low, obviously the interception.
You almost don't want to get too cute in this situation. 3rd down and 4. You got to feel it's 4-down territory. It's a high snap. Baker keeps up the middle and scores. Touchdown, Waukee.
Well, that's the answer that Waukee needed after that touchdown drive by Waterloo West after the interception. Again, it's an emotional game. They got to carry themselves through and bounce back from last week, and this is a perfect answer for it, and it's been Baker that's been carrying this load. Again, inside runs now after Waterloo West makes the adjustments, and that's where you start seeing them have success between the tackles.
His 5th touchdown run of the season, and why not him be the one to cap it off after the big run on 3rd and 9 to keep the drive alive. Snap, hold, kick is up and right down the middle for Wyatt Robinson. 7-7. We got a good one as we expected. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Tied here at Waukee High School, Waterloo West and Waukee. Detson Murrian will be back to receive along with Torian Doss. as Robinson will kick this one off. With the wind at his back, this one will be taken by McMurrian. Detson makes a couple guys miss and is spun down before he can get to the 25-yard line. Rain continuing to come down. Waterloo West obviously got the ball off the interception. Now starting deeper than they had, but boy, they really got it going on the ground.
Yeah, and again, everything was up the middle. Running backs were able to get 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage before they were able to get touched. Let's see what type of adjustments now Waukee makes to maybe take away some of that inside run. Again, you still got that powerful left side for Waterloo West to be able to run off and get a couple yards just about every time.
So they'll give him the 25. I thought they might get him short, but they don't. Anon in the backfield. They go to him. He was the workhorse on first down, and there he goes. Felix Anon all the way up to the about 44-yard line. And boy, Anon, just that huge burst of speed, and nobody can really lay a finger on him until he gets to the second level.
No, and he's got Nielsen and St. Jean to run behind and see just a little pistol formation, and he gets that ball, and he gets to top speed in a hurry.
Fresh set of downs at the 46-yard line. As McGovern changing the play, neither of these teams huddle. It's pretty quick, all things considering. Anon off the left side again, and this time pedestrian 3. If you're Waukee, considering how things have gone, you'll take that.
Yeah. They can get them, they'd like to see what Waterloo West can do on the passing situations. They've only thrown, had the one pass attempt, but haven't needed to throw it.
And in weather conditions like this, maybe you don't want to try anything. Like we had talked about, Waterloo West can technically lose this game. They need a little bit of help on the other side. Anon just breaking tackles, but he takes a big hit. Wasn't able to get far. He was knocked down by Thurston Nebo.
Yeah, Nebo, big stick there, just short of the first down. Able to knock him back after Anon had a nice little sidestep, picked up a couple extra yards. Big play here. If you're Waukee, make sure you're paying attention to the ball. You're not jumping too early.
They need half a yard, and they're going in shotgun. Some people might not like that. 3rd down and inches. Anon with the carry, plenty. Spins forward as Nielsen's still pushing his guy all the way down to the 45-yard line.
Nielsen got further down the field than Anon did. Engaged in that block.
Most likely will be the last play of the quarter. We'll see if Waterloo West tries to hurry something up here. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Well, you got to figure with that wind against them, they'll wait to flip the field, and that they do.
Well, I hope you like offense, because it looks like that's going to be the trajectory. Same thing as we saw last week. 7-7. Waukee needs to win to get into the playoffs. Waterloo West hanging tough here. 7-7. We'll be back for the second quarter. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
3, 2, action. Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Second quarter of action here from Waukee High School. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. 7-7. Wahawks and Warriors knotted up. A lot of W's tonight. Anon gets the carry on first down and 10. And like he's done all night, gets a good chunk on first down. It's going to be about 2nd and 6.
Yeah, it's going to be, as we've seen it, not a lot of resistance right now on the defensive side. We had the turnover early. That's, right now it's Waukee's got to see if they can force something here, maybe get a strip as the rain starts to pick up a little bit. This is the heaviest I think we've seen it.
I did not even see rain on the forecast for tonight, so a surprise. Play action fake. McGovern fires. This is caught. First down at about the 30 and more to his receiver, Detson McMurrin. 516 yards receiving coming into tonight. That's his 38th catch. He just kind of sat at the sticks, and away he went.
Yeah, and he's got 38. Doss is next at 21. So he is the guy they go to. But, again, nice little play-action pass. Little pitch and catch. Gets that ball moving down the field.
Destin 6 touchdowns this season. Waterloo West driving once again. Nair showed not afraid to pass in the rain. Anon, this time, runs into a wall. Least amount of yards he's had, except for when the face mask happened. But Waukee will take that on first down.
Yeah, big stick there. Like Ennin was the one who in on the block.
Waterloo West, one that jumps in substitutions at a quick rate. Gavin Nash comes in at wide receiver here. This Waukee team, usually a ball-hawking team, 1 interception this year, and it was by a lineman. It's definitely been an odd year. 10:35 to go, just starting the second quarter. McGovern on a play-action fake. There's nobody home. Brett's going to take off. He's going to just, I think, miss the first down marker. Nope, they're going to give it to him. He was chased out on the far side by Caden Crispin, the leading tackler for Waukee. Well, say he's short.
Yeah, just a naked boot there, Chuck Long-esque, as there was nobody out there leading the way for him. He was all on his own, and it's a foot race and just came up short.
Boy, how many times tonight have they had third and half an inch? They had it at the goal line. They had it earlier. With the yards per carry that they're averaging, they got to like it here. Time running out on the play clock.
And we get a timeout.
Coach Moore will take a timeout. We will take one with them. Waukee and Waterloo West tied at 7. We'll be right back.
Touchdown fairway.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Third down and maybe 2 inches for Waterloo West. Coach Moore was really letting the official know about something during that timeout. Anon, first down. As the ball continues to move down the field. I tell you what, this is a Waukee crowd that is usually very lively. It's one of the harder places to play in the state. Waterloo West has kept this crowd to really have nothing much to cheer about.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't really been defensively anything that's put Waterloo West behind the sticks. Needing some type of big play here to get this crowd into. But like you said, just not a ton of energy right now. Weather obviously has a lot to do with it, but so does this Waterloo West offense.
Well, and an interception on the first drive. Obviously in the moment, yes, it's big, but boy, when we've seen these two defenses, it might be bigger than we thought it would be. So fresh set of downs. The first down is at the 4. Play action fake. That was broken. McGovern goes down in the backfield. Vincent Johnston.
Well, just what we talked about, this crowd needing to kind of get something to spark them and get them moving. And huge play there on first down to bring up the 4-yard loss.
You think it was a broken play?
They
almost had one earlier.
Yeah, they've had that before. We're gone one direction. That it did not look like even the play action was. They really sold it that well.
But Johnston makes the big play in the backfield. Came in leading the team in sacks with 3 this year. Now it's a long 2nd down and 15. McGovern has to roll to his right. He fires downfield and it's dropped. It was going to be close to the sticks. In and out of the hands of Dorian Doss. Would have been a catch if he was able to.
Yeah, he had it. Again, I think it would have been short.
We checked the weather during the break, and obviously weather's going to play a factor. It's just in and out. We're going to be in and out of showers all night, unfortunately, as it's just popping up to the south and keeps coming our way.
He's throwing a little bit of wind here, going in that direction as well. So
a long 3rd down and 15. They hand off to Anand, who is stood up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. He was ripped down by big number 92 that we do not have on the roster.
That was scrambling there too.
One of those things that isn't on the original roster, so Waukee gets the big stop, and now...
this is the other thing too with the weather. How does this affect kicking game decisions? You know, you're looking here at a 36.
Its longest is 33.
Yep.
But it's also right down the middle.
Yep, and you're going to have a little bit of wind behind you.
Ashton Rizvik will have to wait. Waterloo West uses another timeout. We'll stay here during this one while they talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I guess you could maybe say, well, we might as well just try for the end zone. But in a game like this, you don't want to give up points.
Well, especially when after that last drive from Waukee that you weren't able to get any type of stop off of it. So, yeah, if you felt like, okay, we'll go for it. And if we don't make it, Waukee's starting at the 20-yard line. But, that's not an insurmountable amount of yardage for Waukee to drive down the field and score. So you're going to try to put some points up here, see what happens. But this is that stoppage that one defense needed. Waukee, again, they had to make up for the interception. So if they can get a turnover on downs or a missed field goal here, they kind of even things back out moving forward.
Rizvik is 3 of 5 this year. His longest is 33. This one from about 36, 37 yards. He'll be right down the middle if he can put it through. Kick is up, and it is no good. Missed it to the right, and Waukee's defense comes up with a stand. They'll get it at the 20.
Well, they had the distance on it, and again, just kind of pulled it, and when you start moving further back and further back, you have a tendency to kind of pull the ball a little bit. If anybody watches the Pat McAfee kicks on College Game Day, everyone takes notes on those. But again, you're going to just swing a little bit harder. I guess for golf references, for a lot of people, that's you swing a little bit harder and you end up yanking it. But again, a huge stop there for Waukee. Big play there on 2nd and 3rd down to move them even further back and brings up the missed field goal. Now let's see again. Can Waukee get back on schedule?
Baker on 1st down. He's going to check this one short to Jeter. Jeter spins his way forward, hangs on to the football, and gets a couple on 1st down.
Well, they had that play earlier in the game that Baker just kind of threw the ball a little too low. Again, right there, just a nice pickup, something on the outside to kind of mix things up a little bit, keep the Waterloo West defense honest, make that running game work a little bit better.
Liked what they saw the first time they ran it, so they go back to it. Baker on 2nd down, calls his own number, breaks up to the seam, and there he goes! Beckett Baker into the secondary. They are not going to catch him. Touchdown, Waukee!
No, not a whole lot to it on that play. Just a straight ahead, up the gut. Baker takes the snap here. Boom, and then just follows his teammates. He breaks through a little ankle tackle there, and then it's off to the races. And we saw that speed on the last drive. We're going to see it here again.
It's been almost a year, pretty much to the day, that he tore his ACL here at home. And boy, that ACL looked just fine after a year later. Takes it the distance, probably close to 75 yards on the rush, reminiscent of his big run against Waukee Northwest last year, and Waukee has the lead.
Yeah, that's going to put him close to about 150 yards of rushing and a big chunk of that on just 2 plays.
14-7, a lightning strike by the senior quarterback. Waukee leads. We'll be right back.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. It's a game of big plays so far. That's what it feels like. Waterloo West gets down to the 20, misses a 36-yard field goal. 2 plays later, Beckett Baker houses it, calls his own number, and goes the distance. This one's going to be a shorter kick taken by the up man here, Michael Moeller. Moeller hits the seam and is going to get him all the way to about the 45-yard line. So that worked out for Waterloo West. The offense comes back out on the field.
Yeah, Waukee got what they wanted and getting it right about to the 25-yard line. Had a guy in position there to make a tackle, and Moeller was just able to break it off a little pooch kick. So they kind of had what they wanted. Again, just another missed tackle, but it has been. It's been big play, 2 big plays on the defensive side. Waterloo West with the interception on that first drive. Waukee with the big defensive stand there in the red zone to hold to a missed field goal. And now we're back on schedule with Waukee in the lead. They got the ball to start the game. So now let's see what Waterloo West can do to kind of answer back.
Well, did Waukee find anything defensively there with those 2 big plays? Granted, one of them for Waterloo West was broken in the backfield, but Anand has been such a problem for Waukee's D-line. See if that continues. They bring a man in motion. That's Bennett. And running into traffic. Not much going up front. Waukee's D-line starting to flex their muscles just a little bit more up front.
Well, and wrapping up, what we saw there, again, still contact about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but that's been about it. Those first the first 2 drives for Waterloo West, it was contact 2 or 3 yards and then breaking that and picking up another 2 or 3.
Brecken Beer, one of the linebackers, was in there for Waukee along with Clark Harrison. A senior-laden defense this Waukee team is. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Play action fake. McGovern fires. That one in and out of the hands. It was almost picked off by Jaden Jeter. Kavon Bennett, lucky, very lucky that one was not picked off.
They completed that one a little bit earlier, but to a little taller target in Moeller. And this one here, just a little bit too high. Goes through again. We talked about the wet ball and the wet field and through the receiver's hands and almost an interception.
McGovern kind of with an awkward throwing motion. It's kind of a tall throwing motion. 3rd and 7. Now he sprints over to the side just to try to get the play call. He's got 5 seconds on the clock here. 3rd and medium for the Wallhawks. McGovern, plenty of space to run. He tries to lob it downfield and it's incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, Gavin Nash. Feel like he probably could have taken off.
Well, nice play there by Clark Harrison, defensive back. He didn't overcommit one way or another, made McGovern have to make a decision. Yeah, looking at it, he had a chance to maybe run, but again, Harrison being right there kind of discouraged it and forced the incompletion. So, again, 3 and out here for Waterloo West. Bring up our first punt of the game.
Boston Onstad will be back to receive, and Rizvik, who is not the normal punter this year, I don't believe, for Waterloo West, will come out.
We're going to get another timeout here.
And they are out of timeouts. We'll stay here during this break. 6:36 to go here in the second quarter, so clearly Coach Moore and his team not fully put together, at least on the road. A couple slight errors.
And that's the second timeout on special teams.
Yes.
They did it right before the field goal attempt. And again, you got a new punter out there. Are we mixing things up? Are we trying different things? Or we got guys we're trying to rotate in? And, you know, you're going to maybe want that. We'll see here towards the end of this first half if they get the ball back again, if they're going to wish they had another timeout.
I don't know what Waukee's hiding on their punt returns, but they do not have stats in for punt returns this year.
A lot of fair catches.
I guess so. So it'll be 4th down and 7 when Waterloo West comes back out on the field. Waukee, in a game like this, you love to score. The Warriors got the ball to start the first half, so Waterloo West could be thinking about that maybe a little bit. Onstad, a junior, 6'1", 150. Going to wait for this one back at the 20. Rizvik's going to kick this one away for the Wahawks. A little bit of a longer snap. This is a high boot. Everybody called away, and it goes out of bounds. That's the best case scenario for Waukee. We'll see where they mark it out. At about the 28-yard line, 27-yard line.
Right at the 30. And then we're going to move it.
So Waukee's offense will come back out. And really, from what we've seen tonight, you almost don't need to pass the ball if you're Waukee. Obviously, you already had the interception. You can if it comes down to it, but the run game seems to be working just fine.
And what's been nice for Waukee, they had that success on their first drive on the outside, and now Waterloo West made some adjustments. Waukee now is starting to have that success between the tackles.
5 free yards as Beckett Baker's hard count works. Boy, 3 of the 4 linemen for Waterloo West jumped.
There is a penalty on the field.
Well, you can, again, we talked about the emotion off of last week's huge win for Waukee. Interception to start with. Now you're coming back. They start to, that confidence you can see is building right there, picking up some yardage without even having to snap the ball, moving the ball, getting some big plays on both sides.
Case Hobb gets the carry on first down. He's got the first down. Stays on his feet, was able to work ahead. Braden Riggle was the only one for Waterloo West on that previous play that did not jump. Case Hobbs got the first down. Waukee moves the chains here.
Probably not a situation here where you're going to try to run it down to the end of the half, especially with, we're going to have lined up in the neutral zone here.
See if it holds. They do not throw a penalty. Baker fires on the run, and he's got a man downfield. Jaden Jeter. Plenty of room to work with. There was somebody in the neutral zone.
It looked like Jeter was lined up off sides, or in the neutral zone there on this boundary side, and ends up being the guy making the catch. But huge completion there. Again, just kind of now you're starting to see, again, Waukee really start to feel themselves here on offense, both running and passing now.
Worth noting the rain is not coming down, so that kind of helps out that passing game a little bit. Colton Smith in motion. There's White. Works it to the far side. Thought he maybe could have cut it back up. But he has enough for the first down, so no surprise there. Good call.
Got Doss for Waterloo West, the guy there to kind of string things out. And didn't need much and got just enough. Yep, they're going to move it. Debating a little bit on moving the sticks.
That chain gang over there is having a fun time. A couple times tonight they've been a little bit slower on it. Fresh set of downs here as Smith, the fullback, in with Jay White also to Beckett Baker's left. Baker will fake, fires over the middle, and he's got his tight end, Evan Jacobson. Hold on to that ball, son. He's got the first down. Boy, he was swinging that thing around. He didn't know if it was going to pop out. That's what Evan Jacobson did last week. He just kind of sneaks out from tackle position, and he's got the first down. Nobody really picks him up.
No, well, they had Colton Smith kind of in the flats, pulling that defensive back out, and a nice little option there for Baker to read off of that. If the D-back stays in tight with Jacobson, you've got Colton Smith in the flat. If he spaces out, now you've got to be able to throw a little further downfield to a big target in Jacobson.
And you said it, Waukee starting to feel a little bit more comfortable here as the offense continues to work its way downfield, trying to make this a 2-possession ball game. White, big hole, off right tackle, cuts upfield, nobody's home. Touchdown, Waukee.
just about untouched there. Again, you get the passing game going. You've got the quarterback and Baker being able to get upfield. And now, running back-wise, a little touch there, and that was about it. Huge play there for Waukee. Obviously taking now a 2-score lead. Just over a minute and a half on that drive.
His second touchdown rushing of the year, 5th total for Jay. And Robinson will come on and detect the PAT. High snap, corralled by Wilson, the backup quarterback. 21-7, Waukee leading over Waterloo West. Wahawks need an answer. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. 21-7. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. Waukee has to win to get into the postseason. Looking good right now. Waterloo West can technically lose. They need either Norwalk, Dubuque Senior, or Linn-Mar to lose. Linn-Mar's down 21-7 to Iowa City West. Again, I don't think they'll be scoreboard watching in the locker room, but you still would like to improve. As the way things kind of shake out, it looks like Waterloo West will probably be the 16, 15 seed. Nobody really wants to play Dowling in week 1 of the postseason. Moeller takes it. He had a good return up to the 45 last time, and this one's going to be also pretty good, but he's ripped down from the side. He'll set up shop at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, now, again, as you said, it's yes, you got a chance to get in even if you lose, but it also becomes about who you want to play in that first round and where you want to go.
Have to take a look at halftime on the tool that we use to see where Waukee would slate. There is a flag down at almost the 49-yard line of Waukee.
Yeah, Coach Baker was in the officials' ear right away.
Wow, so Waukee, another 15-yard penalty. That's the second one tonight. Waterloo West scored on the drive that first 15-yard penalty took place, so not a great start for Waukee's defenses. They're going to have to set up on their own about 47-yard line.
Yeah, starting here in plus territory. It's really been a clean game. I think those are the only 2 penalties that we've had. A penalty a quarter right now.
So. Norwalk leads Northwest 7-0. Fun one over there at Norwalk. Anand gets the carry and is spun down for a couple. Boy, that would be a big one if Norwalk was able to do that. I got to say, Norwalk, Indianola, Dallas, Center Grimes, it's a testament to the Little Hawkeye Conference. All 3 going to week 9 with a chance to make the postseason in their first year in 5A. That's a big testament to those 3 teams.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. And you look at who they're playing, that strength of schedule, factoring those things in, has really been a huge plus for the playoff system and getting the teams in that play. Record-wise, it's going to be what it's going to be, but they're getting some good competition.
Anand up the middle, and it's going to get them to about 3rd down and short.
Well, and this is the 2-for-1 situation here for Waterloo West, as they're going to have the ball to start the second half. This is one, all right, let's put a drive together. Let's see what we can do. They're going to be one that's going to need to milk this clock. I don't think they want to give that ball back to Waukee in this first half. So if they can go down there, get a score, get the ball to start the second half, you got a chance to tie this game up. But first and foremost, they got to pick up this first down here. Again, I got to figure this is 4-down territory if they don't pick it up here.
Anand is the back on 3rd down and 2. They go to him, and boy, he's short. by about a yard. It's going to be 4th down and inches. Boy, Nielsen tossed somebody for Waukee way behind the play. That's Brecken Beer who got tossed. There is an injured Waterloo West player down, and I believe that's their guard that we talked about earlier.
St. Jean then?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is, and that would be a big loss depending on the injury.
Well, and, I mean, regardless, you hope he's okay. You hope he can get back out there, but now you've got 4th and short without essentially your second best lineman out there.
We'll take a break. 21-7, Waukee leads.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Out of the injury timeout, 4th down and 1. Waterloo West will keep the offense out. This is a huge play in this game. They got a new guy at left guard. They're going to move Nielsen to left guard.
There's some tight splits here.
Anon is the back. Waterloo West going to need it. They pitch it inside. 1st down and more for Destin McMurrin. And McMurrin turns upfield and has the 1st down and plenty more. Down to the 15. Poor tackling by Waukee sets up the big play.
Well, a gutsy play call there from Coach Moore, and kind of messed around a little bit. Finally got under center and decides to go off, and just Moore does a great job of making that first guy miss. Or excuse me, McMurrin making the first guy miss and able to spin around and pick up a huge 1st down, keep this drive going, keep the clock running.
I thought for sure McGovern was going to sneak it. I'm like, that's a long yard to be sneaking it. But a good play call. So 1st down from the 15 in the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone here. This one's high over McGovern's head. Now he hops on top of it, but a huge loss for the Wahawks on 1st down.
Oh, we've talked about the snaps on both sides, and one of the things noticed with McGovern, that ball's in the air. He's almost moving forward a lot. Going forward with the ball, and there, just again moving forward, not able to get it. Looked almost like a design run as Anon was well ahead of the quarterback when that ball got there. But it's going to bring up 2nd and 20 now here for Waterloo West.
Looking eerily similar to that last drive. McGovern fires downfield and just overshoots his man, McMurrin. And it's 3rd and 20. And this is further back from when you missed your previous field goal.
Yeah,
not by much, but
I don't imagine they would kick it here. I was surprised that you didn't get Anon a touch here. He hasn't had a touch. St. Jean is though back in at left guard, waiting to see when he was going to come back in. But see if they try to do something here just to this boundary side, to the short side. We got play clock though running down, out of timeouts.
Out of timeouts like you had talked about, so 5 seconds. They maybe just try to get closer for the field goal. McGovern back to throw. It's a screen play. They fire short to McMurrin. McMurrin is tackled in the open field. Nicely done by Nebo to bring him down, and that was almost a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, dodged a blocker there, Nebo did, and able to make the huge tackle with just a 5-yard pickup. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's a touchdown for Waterloo West.
Waukee calls the timeout here. Waterloo West probably thanking their stars because they did not know what they were doing on that far sideline.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now it's about clock preservation here for Waukee. They got a chance if they get a stop here on 4th down to get the ball back, and we've seen how explosive their offense can be. they're trying to see if they can tack on an extra touchdown or some points here to close out the half.
And in a 28-7 game, if it got to that, that's a big uphill climb for Waterloo West, even with the ball getting back to them at halftime.
Well, they're just going to have to figure out some way to stop this Waukee offense. Again, as we talked about, they're starting to Waukee's feeling themselves a little bit here through the air. They're opening the playbook up and getting some big chunks, big plays. You've already seen a couple of big runs there from Baker at the quarterback position.
We talked about common opponents. Waukee lost to Dallas Center Grimes this year, 29-28. It's the biggest win of Dallas Center Grimes in 5A for sure, and one of the biggest wins for Coach Heitland over there. They're going to kick this one here. This one's about 38, 39 yards. Waukee trying to get ready for the fake. As Rizvik, again, right down the middle. He's 0 of 1 tonight. Kick is a fake. They got a man wide open downfield. Is it a first down? Is it dropped? It's dropped. Waukee holds serve. It was in and out of the hands of Kavon Bennett. It was just low, and I mean just low.
And they had him, too, wide open, nobody around. Now, what I will say this, I don't know if he gets the first down if he catches it.
Cole Dean, I think, was the one that threw it.
I was going to say, who's coming around there?
The backup quarterback, and I don't know why he didn't throw it quicker. He had him wide open. It would have been very close.
Yep.
Waukee, the coaching staff knew, well, it's probably a fake, but
it
was well designed.
Yeah, well designed, and Dean 1 for 1 on the year at 41-yard completion, probably on another fake field goal situation, but the right call just did not get it executed. Now if you're Waukee, all right, you're trying to make them pay for it.
Baker had pressure right in his face, and Jaden Jeter has the catch before he's shoved out of bounds. I think he's going to be short of the marker by about a yard or two. Yeah, the play design was great. Throw was short by Dean, and again, who knows if it would have been at the sticks or not. But now the Wallhawks have to step up on defense.
They got out of bounds there to get the clock stopped. Waukee does have 2 timeouts left.
Baker fires this one short. This is caught, and turning upfield is the speedy sophomore Miles O'Connor. They like what they got out of this kid. He gets all the way up to the 44-yard line. First down, chains move. 1:40 to go as the clock's still moving despite the chains not being set. There we go. Baker looking deep. Evan Jacobson down the seam, and Jacobson has his first touchdown of 2025.
As Tom Brady said, you got to rip the seam, and he was able to get downfield, and a nice throw there from Baker. Again, Jacobson, we talked about it, unfathomable that he didn't have any type of, he didn't have a touchdown on the season. Picks it up in week 9. Good patience.
He's got some speed.
Splits the defensive back, and you could tell he was looking around. He wanted to make sure he got in.
Waukee's offense has come to play tonight, and Robinson has a chance to make it a 3-possession game.
Well, that was a nice little 30-second drive there. They got that ball with 1:56 left, and
all in the air.
Yeah.
Robinson's kick is up and through, 28-7. Waukee leads over Waterloo West. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
1:26 to go here in the first half. Evan Jacobson, 57 big ones to the house for his first touchdown of 2025. Took till week 9, but he made the most out of it. I believe that puts him over 300 yards on the year. Yes, it does. Came in with 265. Headed to Texas A&M to play for Coach Elko and the Aggies, and then play basketball for Texas A&M as well. Kicked off by Robinson. It's a knuckleball. It's going to die right where it lands. McMurrin is stood up. And Waukee's defense comes back out with a minute 19. You hate to say it again, but it's a must-score drive for Waterloo West if they want to stay in this ballgame.
And it's a tricky situation here because if you're too aggressive, you throw a couple incomplete passes. Waukee still has a timeout left, 2 timeouts left. So they've shown that it only takes them about 30 seconds to score. So they're thinking, we can maybe get a 3 and out here and maybe put up some more points.
Style points no longer a thing when it comes to the RPI. It's your record, your opponent's record, and your opponent's record. And that's it. Style points are gone out of the formula. So first down from the 27 now. Anand gets the carry, and boy, he stood up. Got drilled in the backfield by number 9, or stood up by Caden Crispin. He got a couple yards, but Crispin laid the hammer.
A big hit. Now we'll see again, how quickly does Waterloo West move? I think they were trying to catch Waukee off guard, try to sneak in a big run. And Anand's been fairly quiet since those first couple drives.
They figured something out. McGovern's going to look, fire downfield, and it was intended for McMurrin, who slipped on his comeback route.
Yeah, McMurrin had just slipped coming out of that break. But again, now you're 3rd and 6 here, 48 seconds to go, and if you run it here and you're Waukee and you get a stop, you get probably a quick timeout just to see if you can get something at the end of the half. But Waterloo West, this is the big play here. You got to make sure you get that clock running, pick up a first down, and again, see if you can try to get something here at the end of the half.
Got 48 seconds here. Play action fake. He fires outside. This is caught by Gavin Nash, but he is not close to the marker. Maybe about 2 yards short. Good wrap up by Waukee, and Coach Baker says, I want a timeout.
Well, McGovern kind of hesitated, a little double clutch on that. Made the receiver have to come back, and then he looked like he slipped coming out of after that catch. That wet field, that wet turf.
It is not raining currently, but it did rain quite a bit there in that opening couple minutes as Waukee takes the timeout. 37 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We'll get you more halftime scores during our halftime segment in just a little bit. The game that's important for Waterloo West, we've been updating you on Linn-Mar and Iowa City West. Linn-Mar just one of the teams that they could really, they'd appreciate it if they lost, and Linn-Mar right now losing to Iowa City West. So Waterloo West most likely will get in.
That one's 28-7 as well with West High on top.
Now Norwalk leads Northwest 7-0 last time we checked. No idea Dubuque Senior will get that in a little bit. I talked about the only common opponent between these two that the difference or the outcome was different. Waukee lost to Dallas Center Grimes. Waterloo West beat DCG in a game where DCG's quarterback threw over 400 yards, but he threw 4 interceptions. And that cost the Mustangs dearly up in Waterloo. Cal Meisner back to receive the punt. He's going to take off with it. Meisner makes a couple guys miss, turns upfield, and he's down inside the 50. Waukee wanted a penalty on a possible play in the backfield. There is a penalty marker down. We'll see what happens here. If this one's going to be on the Wahawks or if it's going to be on the Warriors.
Not sure if there was a hold.
So we'll see what the call is here. Good return by Meisner. Just a sophomore So you got him and O'Connor, 2 speedy guys, just sophomores. Waukee's going to have to find a quarterback next year, that's for sure, but a lot of talk here.
Oh.
Waukee's set up like they think this is on them, but we'll wait. It is.
During the return, penalty occurred after the catch of the kick. Will be assessed from the end of the run.
Oh.
10 yards, first down.
So not a spotted foul.
So, they'll back it up from that.
So they're going to be starting on their own 41 here. Again, 25 seconds. You know, at 21-point lead, you can take a little bit of a chance here. We'll see what Coach Baker has dialed up.
Yeah, you can dig into the playbook here.
A single receiver to that field side.
That's O'Connor, Max Roach, and Jeter are down here. Jaden Jeter are here on this near side. And boy, these refs, they're thinking about it. Maybe they're thinking maybe we should back this up.
Now, Coach Moore is out on the field. I think he's wanting some type of explanation.
I think he thinks it's supposed to be a spot foul.
And
it is.
It is.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
You know, I always talk about it. There are always really good videos the association puts out every week during the middle of the week. One of their head officials or the head officiating department there for the association puts out a YouTube video. It's about 20 minutes long, and they go through huddle videos of different calls that had happened throughout the week. And it's meant for officials, but they make them public for everyone to see. And I love watching them. I think they're really great videos. Just more insight, always trying to help these officials and applaud officials when things happen. It's very interesting content if you want to check it out on the IHSAA YouTube channel. Beckett Baker is loading the cannon. He fires downfield, bobbled in the air, off the helmet of somebody. Jaden Jeter was the intended receiver, and it's incomplete.
It looked like it was off McMurrin's head. But again, a 24-yard difference here in starting field position, going from from their own 41 all the way back to their own 17-yard line. And again, we see there just kind of take a couple shots, probably take one more. You don't pick up a first down, you're probably going to end up handing it off and just letting that clock run out.
They're trying to put a new football in every single rotation. Try to keep the ball dry. Baker fires short. Gutierrez with the catch and gets upfield for a couple. Waukee's going to use their timeout here. So Baker's going to try to draw up a 75-yard play here.
Well, they got a couple of them that we've seen already.
Yeah, made the most of it. Do not have any more timeouts, so if they got downfield, it'd have to be a quick spike, if even possible, to even stop the clock. But a game that was moving along has come to a halt here. Now, granted, they just went half at Valley. They lead 42-0. Dar texted me the update. Said the fire department's there. They got kids stuck in the elevator, so that's fun.
Playing in the elevator.
That's the problem. No elevators here. You can't have that problem.
Exactly. I know that. I had to walk up the stairs a couple times.
It's our daily cardio when we come to Waukee.
Well, it'll be interesting here. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw just a quarterback draw here from Baker. You know, you had success with that in the 75-yard touchdown run earlier in this quarter.
We'll see what they draw up here. 3rd and 4. Whatever you do, don't throw a pick. Don't mess anything up like the Hawkeyes did against Penn State and have it taken back for 6 before halftime. Here we go. Man in motion.
And a penalty.
Yeah, everybody was way out of whack.
A couple guys in motion, I think.
Everyone but the center kind of looked like it's a false start. They're going to back him up. That was going to be a double pass. I don't see how it would not have been a double pass. They threw it outside to Jay White, and then they had guys streaking. I guess you could maybe try it again, but they'll have to back him up 5. Let's see. Do they run it again? O'Connor, Jacobson, and Max Roach are the wide receivers to the left. Jeter is the one to the right. Jay White calls his own number and gets upfield for the first down. Did not throw it, and that will do it for the end of the half. There's still 1 second left. They have to set the chains. as the offense will come trotting off the field. That'll do it for the first half, 28-7. Waukee 1 half away from getting into the postseason and being the only team under 500 to make the postseason in 2025. We'll see if they can finish it off. 28-7, Waukee leads over Waterloo West. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here from Waukee High School. 28-7. Waukee came in 17th in the RPI. Needed to win tonight. They lead over Waterloo West 28-7. Waterloo West came in 12th in the RPI. We talked about it several times tonight. Waterloo West can technically afford to lose this game, and it seems like, based off scores that we're seeing, they will still get in, Dave. But Waukee, put into perspective what they've done. It was 2-5. They knew they had to go on the road, beat their crosstown rival, who has looked unstoppable this year. They do that, and they've responded well because you talked about it at the beginning. A game like that is very emotional. You're high riding. Waterloo West could have easily come in here. They still have to go, but could have easily come in here and said, not so fast.
Yeah, and that's and then the way they started the game with an interception on their first drive, and you're like, oh man, do we have it in us again? Waterloo West drives down and they score right off the bat, and it was really just a huge answer there from Waukee. That second drive that allowed them to kind of feel a little more comfortable and get going. Then we looked at the defense that came up with two big stops there in the red zone to kind of force that missed field goal. And that's really just kind of propelled them and gotten their confidence going. And that's what these games are about. I mean, you're fighting for survival. Again, it was a week ago and about 3 hours in which they probably were like, all right, we're going to finish these last 2 games, and then we're going to have fun, and we're going to get inside and shoot some hoops. But, they get the huge win, and then I'm like, all right, we got some life now. They get through it and put themselves in a good position here with one more half to go to make the playoffs. Sub 500 record, but again, it's all about that strength of schedule.
And we've seen that before. I talked about it. Valley has made it at 4-5 before, then went to the state title game. So it's happened before that teams make it, and that's no surprise with this strength of schedule and the way the RPI works. Waterloo West has had plenty of opportunities tonight. There's no shortage of that. Obviously, they get the turnover on the first drive with the interception by Torian Doss. They go the distance. But you talked about it, a missed field goal, the fake field goal that probably should have been caught inside the 5. They have had their opportunities, but they just haven't been able to come away with it.
Yeah, and it's really been on the defensive side of things that they need to start making adjustments. They did a decent job of taking away the outside run the second time around, that second drive, but gave up a couple big ones up the middle, and that's where now you start to see Waukee have all their success on the running game has been between the tackles. So some adjustments that Waterloo West is going to need to make, but yeah, they had those opportunities. They just one little play there, one little play here, and starts to back them up a little bit on the offensive side and puts them in a position where their passing game just has not been able to come through right now. They've missed a couple guys, a couple drop balls, and that's going to be the difference. That's the difference in this score right now. Again, got a chance to make the playoffs, but you would have liked to be able to control those things yourself.
Becca Baker almost had about a 75-yard touchdown run, 57 yards in the air to his tight end Evan Jacobson. All things clicking for Waukee right now. 28-7, Warriors lead over the Wahawks. Second half of action coming up when we return. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Man in motion, Wool, hands off to him, Wool looking to cut the corner, has room, rakes around, gets around the block, he could go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
I did not know he had those burners on him. What an unbelievable play. This is just a simple handoff. We've been wondering when Wold was going to be a part of the rushing attack.
More so tonight.
Heitland looking. His first option was gone, so he takes off himself and walks in. Touchdown, Waukee Northwest.
Well, Blake, you did your homework there. Mac Heitland showing the legs. He doesn't always do it unless he has to, and right there he had to. Collapse pocket, takes off, and just tucks and goes.
Sasquatch, what we call it, squatchy.
Mayhouse on first down, airs it out, looking downfield for Roberts, and it is a back shoulder catch by Jeffrey Roberts.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. Inside the 20.
That is amazing.
And it's going to be a first down. Officials get together.
23-yarder.
Quaid, blocked! It's blocked! Blocked by Waukee, and the Warriors are going to win! But Waukee's going to walk out of here in a stunner of a victory. Left Roush. Roush on 3rd and 10 with time, throws across the middle. He has, you guessed it, Owen Fisher. This time Owen is going to make his way to the end zone. And Owen Fisher, 37-yard score for the Hawks.
Owen Fisher did a nice job. He was lined up on the left side, took it across the middle, went down and got it off his shoelaces, took it back, and then ran another 20 yards after the catch against that.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here this evening from Waukee High School. 28-7, Waukee leads over Waterloo West. I said I would put in the results, kind of what we're seeing tonight, what we think will happen if things shape out, just depending on the scores that we're seeing right now, and really everything would stay chalk for those that would be favored coming in. As of right now, if everything held as it is, I'll switch it if Dallas Center Grimes and Kennedy loses, but Dowling Catholic would play Waterloo West in the first round. Waterloo West would get in as the 16 seed. Waukee Northwest would play Ankeny Centennial. Waukee would play Iowa City Liberty. Indianola would play Johnston. Ankeny Southeast Polk. Boy, that would be a fun one. Valley Prairie, Dallas Center Grimes, Sioux City East, and Cedar Falls, Iowa City West. And then let's just switch here. If DCG loses to Kennedy tonight, we'll see if that changes anything on our tool here. That game is tied 7-7 at halftime. Yeah, it changes a lot. Dowling Catholic would play Dallas Center Grimes because Waterloo West would still be 16. DCG would be 15. But Waterloo West, because it's if you're back-to-back, the tiebreaker, whoever won the tiebreaker, they go ahead. So Dowling would play DCG. Waterloo West would play Waukee Northwest. Ankeny Centennial, Liberty, Indianola, Johnston. Waukee would play Ankeny. Southeast Polk would play Valley. Prairie would play Sioux City East. That would not happen. They changed that. Iowa City West and Cedar Falls. So if I had to guess, they probably make Southeast Polk go to Sioux City East, something like that. Geography's hard when Sioux City East is all the way out there on the opposite side of the state. But overall, that's kind of how we're looking at RPI this evening. This game, far from over. Waukee 28-7. Waterloo West gets the ball to start half. You hate to beat a dead horse, but you got to score here on this opening drive. What do they need to – I mean, do you think we see them run it a little bit more? Because Anand has been pretty much stood up besides that first quarter.
Yeah, and not used as much. They tried to go back. They tried to go to the air a little bit, and that really hasn't worked out. Again, give Waukee quite a bit of credit. They weren't doing a great job between the tackles, and now you're starting to see them take those plays away, forcing the things to the outside and wrapping up. That's been the big thing. We saw a lot of missed tackles, a lot of arm tackles in that first couple drives for Waterloo West by Waukee, and so it's a matter right now. You got to, like you're saying, you got to push it down. You got to get a score, but really, for the most part, on the Waterloo West side of things, it's got to be the defense. The defense has got to step up and get some plays. I don't know if we've seen a negative play from Waukee other than the interception on the offensive side. Everything has been a gain. They haven't had to punt. They haven't had to do anything right now except some big plays and some touchdowns.
Be fun to see what happens here in the second half. Pink out tonight for the student section for breast cancer awareness. Also senior night here for the Warriors. So a good crowd on hand. The rain has stopped. It's had a chance of going on and off as the evening has gone on. It rained quite a bit in that first quarter, and things have kind of tapered off here. We've definitely seen the wet field conditions be an issue here this evening. I love that on the track. I don't know if we're probably not going to be able to see it if a camera pans down, but you can see the dry spots from where the cheerleaders kept standing all game and then where the wetness of the track is, but it's kind of been one of those nights. We appreciate everyone for watching tonight, Waukee fans, Waterloo West fans. Shout out to the Waterloo West fans who made the trip down here to Waukee. And we'll get the second half going here in just a few seconds. Prairie leads over Dubuque Senior 14-7, according to the scoreboard up here. Indianola leads Urbandale 7-0. Indians, all things considering, look like they're going to get into the postseason, their first year in 5A. 28-7, Northwest led over Norwalk was the last update that you had.
Linmar or Iowa City West up 28-7. Popular score, halftime score.
That's all you need for Waterloo West. You never know. They might have been scoreboard watching in the locker room just to make sure. Kind of ease your pain just a little bit.
No, that's the one where Coach Moore's like, okay, nobody pay attention, but then he's got one guy.
Everybody put
one
their
guy's
phones away.
following along.
Yep, everybody put your phones away. You mentioned it earlier, but Waterloo West was out of timeouts pretty early, all things considering, in that first half. 2 of those timeouts you mentioned on special teams. In week 9, I don't think you want to be calling timeouts on special teams.
Well, we've seen a little pooch kick here from Waukee on these. Now we got them lined up. They're going to go the other way here.
I've never seen that before. Wrong side, gentlemen.
Everybody got lined up. Coach Baker had to go. Said, no. We want to go this way. And at least they know who the right team is to kick off.
But you said Robinson has pooched it a couple times. I mean, he's got the leg. There really is no wind to speak of. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not as heavy as I think a lot of people thought it would be. Besides the rain, I don't think it's an awful night out.
No, but we are inside.
We are
Why
inside.
don't you ask
Gavin,
the camera people what how they feel about
Gavin
it?
Gavin and Marion here in a little bit. Braving the elements tonight. 24 minutes left here in week 9 before we get to the postseason. Both these teams trying to get in. Robinson boots this one back, and McMurrin will take this one inside his own 5. He'll cut this one upfield and is swarmed before he goes down at about the 30-yard line. Brett McGovern and his offense will come back out. He's had a couple good throws, kind of short throws in the flat that have gone for a couple big gains, but they don't really try to throw it downfield, all things considering.
No, and again, this will be a good test to see here what Coach Moore dials up from the halftime situation. And do you go back and you start getting the runs off tackle? You got that huge left side of your line. It's almost 500, probably over 500 pounds on that side.
It is over 500 pounds. Nielsen has impressed me. I mean, he has taken guys downfield. There's a reason he's going to play for the Hawks. Play action fake. McGovern's going to roll out to his right, and he spikes this one into the ground. There's a reason he only has 1 interception on the year. He sure seems like he's pretty methodical with his throws. He's not going to really take many risks.
No, and right there, Cale Seller for Waukee applying that pressure, not letting McGovern get outside and get comfortable, get his feet set. And yeah, if I got it, I'm going to make it. I'll take a chance. If not, here's my game plan, and let's throw it in the dirt and live to fight another day. But again, keeping them in 2nd and long, not the formula you want if you're Waterloo West to start this half.
Play action fake again. McGovern's going to take off with his legs. Really the first time we've seen him use his legs tonight. He's got the first down and much more. I'm pretty sure coming into tonight he had negative yardage. I'm going to check here real quick.
I thought I saw that as well, too. But
negative 29 yards coming into tonight. He didn't quite get them all back
helping himself out there a little bit. But obviously something the offense coordinator saw for Waterloo West. They've done some play action, getting it going to the boundary side and getting McGovern out in space.
Mac Heitland, Waukee Northwest quarterback, and Drake DeGroat ran the ball very well against Waukee this year. There's an on. He's going to get a couple upfield. Going to bring up 2nd out. And with Waukee, you kind of look ahead, kind of how the RPI would shake out. Most likely will probably be headed to Iowa City Liberty, all things considering. Or could stay here and go to Ankeny, but Reese Reddig with Iowa City Liberty is a very talented quarterback. He can move, throw the ball, has experience at the state tournament last year.
Yeah, they made Liberty made a nice little run. Scott Chandler,
do it again.
Scott Chandler, former Hawkeye, former Bill, head coach there.
Anon pushing to the outside. Got a great block from Nielsen and turns upfield to about 9 yards. Boy, Nielsen just kind of pushing his guy out, not really giving him much room.
No, clearance in space, and nice run there. Broke a couple tackles, got his shoulders turned upfield once he got to the outside, and big difference there where he was they were staring down 2nd and long or 3rd and long, and now they get here to 3rd and manageable. Again, probably 4-down territory if you're Waterloo West in this situation.
2 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. They just need a couple. They got some time here on the play clock. McGovern just going to go short to McMurrin, who got a great block up front. Gets the first down. He did a little bit more dancing than he probably needed to, but he got the first. He had a really good block on the far side to keep that thing alive.
Yeah, you had Kane Vaughn there, the senior right tackle, able to get out there and just a little mini bubble screen and some good downfield blocking.
Kane 6'1". That doesn't look very big considering all the rest of his linemen are probably well over 6'4". But he looks tiny there on the right side, but good amount of height. Don't they say they add inches? Or is that in basketball?
That's basketball. Although, you look at this offensive line, and it's just a straight downhill from the left side to the right side.
McGovern back to throw. Downfield shot in coverage, and it's incomplete. Broken up. Here comes the pass interference on Jaden Jeter. Pass was intended for McMurrin, and they both hit the ground.
Yeah, Jeter had some arm tackle, some grabbing right in there on both sides, but you got to let go there as the ball gets closer, and easy call there for the official.
And I said in the beginning of the game. This is a Waukee team still does not have an interception that's not a D lineman. Vincent Johnston is the only person with an interception this year, and he's the biggest guy on the D line. Came close earlier. Take a look at the replay here. We'll see if we can get a good shot at it. It's really the only time they've taken a shot downfield tonight.
Yeah, just not letting them come back for it either. But it's been Waterloo West, I believe, has been penalty free.
Had the false start.
False
was
start.
The only
That's
one defensively, but offensively they've been clean. Waukee a couple penalties tonight. 2 15-yarders that have been pretty crucial. One that led to a score. Anand gets the carry off right side, breaks through Jaden Jeter's tackle, and he still won't go down. That's one thing. Despite the 28-7 lead, Waukee has struggled on wrapping up here tonight.
Yeah, and that was a tale of that first drive of Anand breaking a lot of tackles, and there again, not refusing to go down, almost was running sideways at one point in time. Picked it up and got very close there to the first down. Looked like an 8 or 9 yard gain.
Stops the clock getting out of bounds. Yard to go for the first down. Best drive West has had since their opening drive. Exactly what they needed out of halftime.
And just like that, we said
We
no
jinxed.
penalties, but
That'll happen. So a false start is called, and it'll be backing up. Second down at 6.
And the penalty will make it a 2nd and 6 for the Waukee.
So 2nd and medium now off the penalty. You are in 4-down territory. You're not kicking any much longer here tonight. Also, kicking has just not gone their way. Special teams has really not gone their way.
tight formation here.
Man in motion on 2nd down. McGovern's going to fire. Caught wide open in the secondary is Kavan Bennett, and he's down inside the 10.
Well, tight formation, and they cleared out the entire boundary side for Bennett coming across the formation. Wide open, almost overthrew him. Bennett was able to make the catch and pick up the big first down, getting in the red zone.
Wallhawks trying to punch this thing in, get it back to 2 possessions. Make Waukee's offense have to get back to work. Can't go on cruise control just yet. Anand is the back. First down and goal to go. McGovern keeps himself and slides down at the 5. He said, I don't think I want to get hit. Actually going to give him the 6 where he initiated the slide. That's kind of a rule that a lot of people kind of muddy up. It's where you initiate the slide. It's not where your butt goes down.
Goes back to the Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
Pitt quarterback with the heads up kind of fake slide and kept going. We can't do that. We can't do that anymore.
Anand carry off left tackle, drives into the end zone. Touchdown, Waterloo West. Great response out of the locker room by Lonnie Moore's group.
Well, and that's the, like you said, that's the offense that needed to come out here for the Wallhawks to start this second half. And just a straight ahead run to that left side. And Anand had a chance to maybe be taken down at the goal line, but you can see the power that he's able to generate and just gets through those tackles, spins off, and big touchdown there for Waterloo West here, this opening drive of the second half.
Kick is up, and it is right down the middle, 28-14. Waterloo West not going away yet. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
.8:14 to go here in the third quarter. See what Waterloo West does here. How aggressive do you get? Not aggressive enough for the onside kick just yet. This is taken by the up man here for Waukee, and not much going. Late flag in, though. Waukee took somebody over to the bus over there on the far side, all the way out of bounds, but a flag is down. Penalties tonight, Dave, is just not cost Waukee, but it's definitely got them in positions where they're in trouble.
There have been some big ones. The face mask, pass interference. Oh, we had a personal foul. Holding on the punt.
Got to clean those up by next week if you win tonight. Boy, I love high schools that have that system for the refs to be able to talk.
So we'll see here. Again, we talked about at halftime. Waterloo West really has never put Waukee in a position where they've been behind the sticks, where they've been, out of position here. Everything's been a positive gain on the offensive side for Waukee for the most part.
So a long way to go here. First down and 10 from the 18. Baker calls his number on first down. Gets to the second level and going to be brought down. Waukee's O-line has really been working hard here. And I think you said, I don't think they have a negative play tonight that wasn't just a normal play.
Yeah, I mean, other than if you're going to count, obviously, interception as a negative play, but I feel like everything's been a gain for them.
I believe that's Miles O'Connor, I want to say, on the far side. It's either him or Onstott. It is. It's Boston Onstott.
But enough to pick up the first down.
Yeah, just enough. It was almost right past the sticks. So again, Boston Onstott, just a sophomore. Boston Bailey, sophomore quarterback at Southeast Polk, gets to take over the Bostons here in CIML play. Ben Case-Hobb, haven't called his name a ton tonight. Gets the carry on first down. And, I mean, he's a sneaky back. He made a couple really good plays against Northwest. I think he's really good out of the backfield when it comes to passing. But, boy, when he got Jay White, he got Beckett Baker, it's kind of good to have options.
Yeah, it's one of those, especially when you get Baker going. Now you can't key in on one on the running back. Now you got to make sure you've got somebody that's is accountable for the quarterback, which, if you hand that ball off, you get a better chance of breaking a run.
Smith and Jacobson move from right to left here on the offensive line. On second down and medium, Case-Hobb tries to get it to the edge. He does break a tackle. He's going to be close to the marker. I think he's got it.
So where they spot that. Looked like he needed to get to the 39 and ended up right on it.
Isaiah Shepard had him going sideways. Couldn't quite make the tackle. It's a first down for Waukee. All things considering for the Warriors, obviously score, but you'd like to kill some clock.
Yeah, and just not what we saw really in that first half. A lot of quick drives, quick scores here for both teams, and so far we're seeing some more methodical drives down the field.
Nobody's open, but Baker finds Evan Jacobson last second and throws over the middle. I cannot believe he was not past. Oh, he was. I did see the flag. He was past the line of scrimmage.
They're coming. He got a lot of help there from that Waterloo West sideline.
He was.
I think he might have thought the 40 was that line of scrimmage.
Yeah. I couldn't tell how far he was past, but it definitely felt like he was pretty far past. There's another flag that's going to back it up.
Yeah, here we can kind of see again that the 39 is the line of scrimmage.
The ref's legs are standing right now.
He's moving a little bit, and I think Baker had some room to run here. Oh
boy! I actually, when we go back and see it, I think it was. I think that was legal.
Well, and the call. Yeah.
Interesting. That'll be one that Waukee will look at on huddle film on Sunday and say, well.
That might make your film to see. You might be able to see that one.
That might actually be on the association's thing.
Well,
next
I think,
week.
as you said, that line judge kind of moved downfield a little bit, and then probably got some help from Waterloo West coaching staff there. But again, that rule is every part of your body has to be past that line of scrimmage.
The ball can still be behind. And that's what I was worried we were going to get into the muddy mess of all that. Baker runs into traffic, and it's going to be 3rd and long. That's a call that could really shift this game here if Waterloo West can get off the field defensively.
Yeah, and this is really the first time, even with the penalty now, where they've been 3rd and more than 10, obviously 3rd and long. But right here, it's about wrapping up. If you're Waterloo West, keep everything in front of you.
What's surprising is Waukee's sideline really didn't have a reaction to that penalty.
Coach Baker was a little bit out there.
He might have been on it. 3rd and long, down the middle, it's caught! First down for Waukee. It's number 80, TJ Slider.
A nice catch there by Slider. Just went up and got it. That ball might have been might have been over his head, but he was able to make a good athletic play and huge first down.
It's his 3rd catch of the year. Play action fake. Snyder gets the call again. Might have gotten grabbed on a face mask, but he gets upfield. They're giving it to the hot hand right here.
Yeah, just now going quickly there. Obviously, they've been no huddle, but this was one of let's get it and go.
Snyder's getting it quickly here. I believe he checked out. 2nd down and 4. Case Hobb, big hole. Ben Case Hobb splits the middle and goes down just inside the 25.
Oh, he had a couple of those play action passes that have worked, and like you said, that kind of opens things up. And although it looks like Case Hobb is hobbling a little bit, he's going to come off, but
holding the back of his leg, he's going to get off the field. But you flip in Jay White.
Yep.
Successful back. Clock keeps moving.
Another first down there, and you said this is just running clock off. This is the longest drive here that Waukee has had this evening, just in sheer number of plays and time that they've taken off this clock. Going on just over 4 minutes now.
White got it past 1, but there is a penalty marker down. He runs into his own man and gets upfield. Probably going to be a hold coming back. Penalties continue here for Waukee. White kind of waited. There was definitely something over there. Somebody was trying to reach and grab. Back him up again. Waukee closing in on 10 penalties tonight. Got to clean those up here.
We talked about, you brought it up at halftime. Waterloo West had some opportunities in that first half, and they just weren't able to capitalize. And even now on this first drive on their defensive side, they've had opportunities. They had third and 15. They couldn't convert. They got maybe a little bit of help on that illegal pass call, too, that brought them back. They just have not been able to get the stops when they've needed them.
White in the flat, incomplete. I am very surprised McMurrin didn't try to at least sell it that was a backwards pass.
That was again, that's the side judge on the Waukee sideline who's probably getting some help from those coaches. Oh, no. That's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. But that's
borderline.
That was pretty close.
That play with White worked earlier in the game, so no surprise they tried it. I think that's Ben Case Hobb back in the backfield. Yep. Play action fake on a bootleg. Now Baker says, I'm going to try to reverse field. Still looking downfield. He fires, intended for Evan Jacobson, and misses him. But I give a lot of credit to Beckett Baker. Could have ran, but he said, I'm going to keep my eyes downfield and just try to find something.
Well, there's a nice job there. I'm trying to get the number. It looked like 19 for Waterloo West. Did a nice job of staying home. Yeah, Keegan Ambrose. He stayed home over there and kept containment as Baker was trying to come back. Had some blockers, but again, Ambrose just kept containment.
10 yards to the 23. Baker on third down. Here comes the pressure. Might have gotten away with a hold. Here's Ben Case Hobb trying to get it sideways. He is stuffed in the backfield. McMurrin blows him up. What a hit.
Huge stop there for Waterloo West. So
Waukee got away with a big hold right there on the screenplay. Somebody for Waterloo West got stabbed back. Waukee's going to keep the offense out on the field. I don't hate this. Robinson's longest this year is only, I think, 40. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Coach Baker's going to take a timeout. We'll stay here during this one. 3:52 to go here in the quarter. I hear people in the crowd saying field goal. But big decision here. If you don't get this, Waterloo West sure looked pretty good on that last drive. You hate to give them another opportunity to just keep moving without putting up points on the other side.
Yeah, you're at the 33 here. You could even do a little pooch punt or
Baker
something.
is
but
the punter normally.
Yeah, just a little long. Line up one way, see if you can just pin them back a little bit. But, yeah, I don't like necessarily trying to go for it here. And, I mean, you're at 4th and 20. You got the, you're going to give them potentially the ball at the 33, and you just kick it and see if you can pick up a couple yards and have them start just a little bit further back.
Waukee student section gets to their feet as Ben Case Hobbs still being checked on the sideline, kind of in the middle of the pile. He was the one that got hit on that last hit by McMurrin, and he is not doing well. And now he's got both coaches under his arms. Producer Rachel, she was saying head to head. There was a kind of a jar to the helmet there a little bit.
Well, and he had gotten dinged up on the play before too. So all right, we're gonna try from 50.
Wyatt Robinson will line this one up from left hash. Snap hold, kick is up, and it is short. Didn't have the leg.
Just short, too.
Had a little bit of wind behind him, but boy, what a stop by Coach Moore and his defense. That's big.
That's a big stop. Those are the two things you needed. Give Waukee some credit. They were able to take some time off the clock. The big decision there, like you said, on that missed field goal. It's not like you get it, in college and the NFL, like where they kick it from or where the ball was from a line of scrimmage standpoint. It's, hey, you got a chance now. It just goes back to the 20 as long as it gets to the end zone. So essentially works as kind of a punt situation that maybe would have been a touchback, but now you're pushing back here. Again, no big plays here if you're Waukee, and if you're Waterloo West, just keep doing what you did to start this half.
Anand gets plowed. The ball's out. Waukee's got it. Ryan Lengeling jumps on top of it. It was a delayed reaction. Everyone thought for sure he was maybe down, but it was jarred free by Caden Crispin.
Well, I think everybody was amazed just at the hit that he took and couldn't tell that the ball had come out. But, yeah, Crispin just laid the wood. Yeah, that ball.
I don't think he's out. I mean, it's probably out.
He got the helmet. Good tackle, good solid tackle, but a good kind of almost a little bit of a spear action there, and that ball popped out. And
boy, what a play for Waukee, because it kind of felt like if Waterloo West could have got the momentum rolling, we'd be in for a different type of game. But now Waukee's got it right back. Jay White, big wall in front of him, and Isaiah Shepard and company bring him down. McMurrin also back there.
A good stop there on first down for Waterloo West. Nothing you can do about it right now except go back out there and play some solid defense and see if you can get another stop, miss field goal, something out there to kind of keep your momentum going outside of that fumble.
Again, what a hit by Caden Crispin. He's had a couple of those. I would not be surprised if he maybe has first team all CIML honors this year. Baker calls his own number on second down and long and trying to stretch it forward. It's going to be 3rd and short. This is a much more manageable field goal for Robinson if it comes down to that. Still would like to come away with 7.
At the very least, you're running some time off the clock. Wouldn't be surprised. See if they go here on 2, try to see if they can draw Waterloo West off sides.
Inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. They check it short. Gutierrez on a sort of bubble play, runs to the middle.
Oof.
They're going to try to push him forward. The play is not dead. I think he got the first.
And I think it's that push there at the end that got it. Gutierrez had a chance to just turn upfield and pick it up, but he kept going. He kept going horizontal a little bit, and almost ran the risk there of not picking it up. But getting that pile, and then all of a sudden it just becomes a rugby scrum, and you see how far that ball moves forward.
Ben Case Hobbs still down on the bench. He was being worked on the bench as well. Baker, play action, going to fire to the end zone, just out of the reach of Jaden Jeter.
Well, he had Jeter open, too. Just all he had to do was put a little more air under it.
Kind of a little late, too. Jaden was running out of time getting to the stick. I think if you're Waukee, you can't get too cute down here. I feel like the running game has served you well. First downs at the 2. But they sure are taking their time getting this play.
They are.
And there's the timeout.
And they're going to have to end up calling their second timeout here of the quarter.
Take one with them. 28-14. Waukee leads over Waterloo West.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of
Short pass to Jay White, who leaps for the goal line, and he's down inside the 1, just out of the timeout. They checked it short to Jay, who just reached it to the pile and couldn't quite find his way in. They've really worked on that play a lot tonight. Now it's first down and goal from the 1. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. Waukee trying to keep the scoring up here and try to get out of here with the win that would put him in the playoffs. Baker. Is he in? He's close.
There we
now
go.
Backs in. Touchdown. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage and just looked right at the ref and then finally backed his way in. And the Warriors extend the lead. Off the big fumble by Caden Crispin. You're going to see, he just kind of stops.
Baker keeping himself, just kind of ran in the lineman, is like, all right, let me kind of sneak my way in.
And there it goes. So Robinson will come on and detect the PAT. Cannot overstate how crucial that fumble was. Waterloo West would have gotten the ball back, had the ball back, and could have gotten it within 7. Instead, they're back down to trailing by 21. 35-14, Waukee leads. We'll be right back.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
$35-14, Waukee leads over Waterloo West. As you can see, the rain sprinkling back down here. It looks worse in the lights than it is, but Showers kind of persistent throughout the evening. It kind of cooled off or calmed down there between the second and third quarter so far, but rain has caught back up. Not cold enough for snow yet. Robinson will kick this one back off as the Wallhawks must-score drives coming up. Moeller says, I'll take this one again. It's kind of been his lucky night. He bounces off a couple tackles before he's driven down to the 35-yard line. Waterloo West comes back out. Well, before the drive where they fumbled, they got downfield. Felix Anand was really starting to work, and then, unfortunately, Felix fumbles. Waukee gets it back, and now you're 3 steps behind again.
And almost, somewhat similar situations to the first half as well. They get, what they needed with the interception to start the first half. Here, second half, they drive down, they get a touchdown. They get a stop. Same thing. They just can't get over the hump and shoot themselves in the foot a number of times. They've had those opportunities, just have not been able to take advantage of it.
Minute 33 to go. McGovern's going to come over and check the sideline here. Dave talked about in the first half how this game is kind of moving along. It's come to a halt here in the last 2 quarters. We had a short halftime, though. Felix Anand gets the carry and is driven down to the ground after a gain of a couple.
Well, even the third quarter was moving. We had 2 long drives.
Yeah. And the turnovers.
But then you had turnovers and timeouts and some injuries.
Slows things down. Second out and 4 upcoming. Waukee just 1 timeout left. So both teams using up timeouts pretty quickly this evening, all things considering. High snap again. Anand gets the carry. Busts through a couple tackles and has the first down. Boy, he is a tough runner. Able to get upfield for a couple.
Like I said, he gets into that top gear really quickly. Hits the hole and can go. But they got him listed at he's listed versus 5'11", 180 pounds. And like I said, he gets that top gear going. But Waterloo West right now, they gotta move here a little bit.
First down and 10 from the 49. Play action fake, wide open again. McMurrin in the flat. He breaks free, but there are flags down here at the line of scrimmage. McMurrin still on his feet. Cuts back to the middle. Still going down inside the 15, but unfortunately,
we got 3 flags down.
Coming back.
Maybe illegal. We got a hold, or I was going to say possibly illegal man downfield. Yeah.
Ineligible man downfield. It was a long wait on the option, and it is. It's coming back. DCG and Kennedy, the one game that could really shake things up in terms of who's playing who, is still tied 7-7 as they go to the fourth quarter there. Again, if DCG loses that game, DCG would go to 16th. Waterloo West would go to 15th. That separates Dowling and Northwest, so Waterloo West would have to go to Waukee Northwest. Waukee would go all the way up to the 12 seed as a 4-5 team if Kennedy beats DCG, because Waukee beat Kennedy earlier this year. RPI is crazy.
We're going to run this down to the end of the quarter.
To the fourth we go, 35-14. Waukee leads over Waterloo West. 1 more quarter left here at Waukee. We'll be right back.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the Fall Mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
35-14. Waukee leads over Waterloo West. 12 minutes to go here in this one. Waukee trying to solidify a playoff berth after being 2-5 just last week. Upset number 1 Northwest on a blocked field goal. They come into tonight just needing to win. They're in good shape to do so. Felix Anand gets the carry and gets back to the original line of scrimmage after the penalty marker on that previous play.
That's another high snap McGovern had to go up and get.
Another game that I guess could cause a couple issues with how everything could shake out. Indianola only leads Urbandale 14-7. If Indianola were to lose that game, I'd assume they'd be out. Second out and 9 here. Man in motion here for the Wahawks. McGovern, deep drop to McMurrin in the flat. Got another penalty marker down. Maybe this is going to be on Gavin Nash downfield blocking. There was really nobody in the vicinity.
Yeah, I didn't see a lineman downfield.
I think it's on Gavin Nash, the way he just reacted.
Yeah, the deep drop allows a little clear out.
Boy, we jinxed Waterloo West.
Yeah.
We said they had no penalties, and now they've just kind of come in troves here. Interesting. I mean, he was down at the 30.
Well,
I thought he was blocking.
It may have been one of those of their formation had him covered up.
Yeah.
On that side, you know, they've been running trips to one side or another, at least having 3 receivers in formation just about every time. So it may just have been.
Well, that's twice now in the last 3 plays. So something amiss for the Wahawks here. On second and long, McGovern downfield, picked off. Intercepted by Waukee. Finally, a DB has a pick, and it's Thurston Nebo with the first DB INT of the year for Waukee.
Well, Nebo's had some pretty good hits there from the secondary, and right there just jumps the route, sees the throw the whole way. Ball's a little bit underthrown, and he's just receiver Murrin hadn't even come out of his break yet, and Nebo is able to make that interception, and that's
going to be a hard one.
That's going to be a hard one now. If Waukee's they're sitting right here, and you're going to probably see this ball on the ground and start running some clock.
Second INT of the year for Waukee defensively. Like I said, first of a DB this year. It's a night of first here. Evan Jacobson got his first touchdown. This ball's on the ground. Beckett Baker has to recover. He's got a wide open Jaden Jeter here at the 39-yard line. Makes a man miss. You do that in front of your sideline, they're going to fire up. And an ankle was taken over there on the near sideline.
Well, give Jeter a lot of credit. Came back to help his quarterback out. He broke out of his route, came back wide open, and with that snap, the way it was, I got to imagine right now Coach Baker's going to be like, all right, this ball is staying on the ground, and we are going to run some clock.
Jaden's going to be fun to watch on the basketball court this year. The rain is back in heavy forms. You can tell because everybody's kind of dropping the ball. That one's ripped down to the backfield. McMurrin was all over it. Intended for Max Roach, his first catch of the night, and they lose yardage.
Well, I keep saying that. They keep throwing the ball, but just some short, efficient passes keeps that clock running.
Well, and the snaps have been rough tonight for both teams. The weather will play a factor, but those last 2 have been really low rollers for Beckett.
And this is probably
it's raining sideways.
It's raining sideways now. That in that first half, it was more kind of straight down, and I don't know if it's raining harder, but it is, like I said, it's got some wind behind it now.
Baker calls his own number on second and long, gets to the second level before he is driven down from behind by number 42, Paragon Holmes. Paragon Holmes, one of the top tacklers for Waterloo West this year. You also want to protect your quarterback here as we get to the postseason. Obviously, has already had a big injury in his career as it is.
Oh, and he's been your biggest.
He's your your offense, but he's
been your biggest threat.
Yeah. It's going to be a big one to replace next year for the Warriors. 3rd and medium. Play action fake. Baker downfield. It is caught. Evan Jacobson, I thought he was going farther downfield. That's enough of the first down. Nice pitch and catch.
Well, you had receivers there, all 3 levels. You had somebody going deep, and you had somebody there short in the flats with Jacobson from the tight end spot coming across, and a really good decision there by Baker. Not forcing it. Gets your big target, your big tight end.
Malachi Hickey, number 50, he was right there, but he was faked out. Came into tonight 12.5 sacks. Really haven't called his number tonight. It's been tough sledding for the homecoming king for Waterloo West. Baker, long throw to the sideline. Gutierrez makes a man miss and gets upfield. Still passing the ball here.
Well, that's a great throw there. I mean, that's from the opposite hash to outside the numbers. And these receivers getting out of bounds. Coach Baker, you're like, all right, stay inbounds. Keep that clock running a little bit longer.
There's a look at the rain that we're seeing. I definitely think you're right, Dave. It is definitely the heaviest we've seen tonight. But that does not stop the Warriors from going to the air. 3 wide receivers to the right. Jaden Jeter is the man who gets it. Got a block. Jeter upfield. He's still on his feet and tries to make a man miss. Torian Doss said, I'm not going to let you do that.
Doss saw all that jumping around and kind of grabbed him and threw him out of bounds.
Another first down for the Warriors. Down inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Wild night of weather here for our WI game of the week. Evan Jacobson split way out to the left. He's picked up by Kavon Bennett, who's only 5'9". And he's looking that way. Jacobson trying to box him out.
Post him up.
Once I saw the matchup, I thought, boy, I sure think they'd want to try it. That's
Yep.
exactly what they were thinking.
Baker looked at him right away and had him. He had inside position on that. Just overthrew him.
And you were right. It was a box out. He was literally boxing him out, trying to get him out of the way. 2nd and 10. 8:04 to go here. Waukee trying to put the finishing touches on this one tonight. And Linn-Mar not going to beat Iowa City West tonight, so all things pointed toward a Waterloo West playoff berth as well. Touchdown! Jay White just didn't stop turning the legs.
No, he kept going. He got hit around the 3 or 4 yard line and able to keep the legs churning and sneaks inside the pylon to essentially put this game away.
2nd touchdown of the night. He got hit at the 6. Another good drive put together by the Waukee offense. And Robinson will come on and attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 42-14, Waukee leads. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe the neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. Waukee leads 42-14 over Waterloo West. Here's a couple of the scores tonight. The CIML has really been pitching shutouts. Valley won 63-0 over Des Moines Lincoln. Ankeny won over Council Bluffs Lincoln 61-0. Johnston beat Roosevelt 37-0. Dowling Catholic beat Marshalltown 42-0. Southeast Polk beat Des Moines East 56-0. So that's Valley, Ankeny, Johnston, Dowling Catholic, Southeast Polk all gave up 0. Welcome to Week 9. This one taken by the up man here for Waterloo West, Gavin Nash, who gets upfield. And really, I mean, coming into this week, Dave, this was the game everyone was circling. This, on paper, was supposed to be close. And I think both these two teams are quite even. Waukee I think that emotional high, we wondered how they turned into it. I think it really helped.
Well, I mean, both teams had opportunities provided by the other team. Waukee just took advantage of those opportunities better than Waterloo West did.
Absolutely.
And just a weird, kind of a weird feeling like we talked about in that first half. 2 timeouts on special team, on a punt, one on a field goal attempt for Waterloo West. They just seemed, after that first drive, the first drive or two, they just seemed a little discombobulated.
McGovern back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, fires downfield. He's got McMurrin in the secondary, who spins away from a couple. He's down to about the 36, 37-yard line.
He was spinning all over the place and to the point where he wasn't able to get out of bounds, and that clock kept running. So
DCG beating Kennedy 14-7. So
are you going to go through all the
No.
What does 1 through 16 look like?
We did that earlier. I think we'll know exactly what these two teams will be seeing. I think that's the important part. Brings up first down and 10 at about 38. McGovern, short, McMurrin. Boy, took a hit, and he's wrapped down, going to be close to the marker.
And this game, and again, that DCG Kennedy game probably were the two that had the biggest effect on not just the teams involved, but pretty much everybody else outside of Dowling and Waukee, Northwest, excuse me.
It's just kind of worked out that way. Everybody kind of saw that coming. It was a week that, everything was expected to go chalk, all things considering, and it seems like that's going to be how things shape out.
Well, and really the Waukee win last week was what added up all these other opportunities for everybody and changed the game a little bit.
Felix Sanan into the secondary, down to the 10. Waterloo West not going away yet. Waukee still has a majority of their first teamers out there on defense. Just under 6.5 to go. That rain is staying persistent, I can tell you that. So inside the Metro Heating and Cooling red zone. Anan, straight forward. Took a big hit. Pops up pretty quickly after that one. He's down inside the 5. Still not a first down, though.
Again, that looked like that was Nebo again. Coming up and putting a big hit on for Waukee.
Quick drive, all things considering, with the big kick return. McGovern bobbles the snap and tries to take off. He hits the ground before he really gets hit. Hayden Anderson was in the backfield, almost brought him down.
And like as you said, both teams have really been struggling. A lot of those snaps for Waterloo West have been high. The ones for Waukee have been low, but McGovern doesn't panic, able to at least pick it up and maintain possession for Waterloo West as they try to kind of punch it in here.
3rd and 6. First down is at the 1. Doss in motion. McGovern, time runs out. He is sacked down in the backfield by Ryan Lengeling, who had the fumble recovery earlier.
Yeah, coming from that defensive end position. Again, this is where you just kind of, as a D lineman, you kind of pin your ears back and know, hey, let's get a race to the quarterback, and pressure almost immediately on McGovern. Nowhere to go.
First sack of the year for Langling. If everything goes right for Waukee, this would be probably the last time their defense is out on the field if they can help it. 4th down and 17. McGovern, here comes the pressure. Steps up in the pocket, fires to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Waterloo West. Destin McMurrin. All clean up against Jaden Jeter, and Jeter just kind of lost it.
Yeah, just a jump ball. Nice shot by McGovern. Escapes the pressure. Just, again, throws it up, and nice job by McMurrin using his body to kind of shield off Jeter. Able to make the catch and at least bring up an onside kick attempt here, I'm assuming after this PAT.
Kick is up and good. 42-21. We'll be back, see if Waterloo West goes with the onside. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network, 42-21. Waukee leads over Waterloo West. Expecting an onside kick here. Well, yeah, they are onside kicking because it looks very obvious that they're onside kicking. There's the kick. Hands team is out and jumped on by number 45. Kale Moran, the sophomore, makes the play. Blake Walker, Dave Lane with you here. I want to thank everyone for watching our We Are Iowa game of the week. It has been a rainy night here in Waukee. Waukee going to try to finish this thing out, run the clock out, and they are headed to the postseason. And I think we're probably going to be like the last game in 5A left, so we'll know pretty much exactly who they're going to play. Waukee is on a collision course to probably, I'd give it 95% accurate, play Iowa City Liberty in the first round. Waterloo West will play Dowling Catholic. Jay White gets the carry on first down. He's busting through tackles, staying on his feet down to the 39.
Still running hard out there.
Yeah, they could run the clock out and still probably score.
Yeah. Now they may score and give the ball right back to Waterloo West here.
Let's go look at the radar because this is the heaviest. We keep saying it. This is the heaviest. This is the heaviest. There's no doubt in my mind this is the heaviest that we've seen, and the radar says so. Heaviest rain we've seen this evening. Just keep the lightning away, and I think we'll be okay. Under 4 minutes to go. Backup quarterback is in here for Waukee. Jay White gets the call again and is driven down. No Ben Case Hobbs. Since that injury, since that hit, that'll be something they're going to have to keep an eye out on here this week.
And the two, I mean, it was almost back-to-back plays where he kind of got dinged up, and when he got back in is when he took the hit.
Hunter Wilson is the quarterback. Has experience, has started games. Started games in the playoffs last year when Beckett Baker was out with the ACL tear. He's a senior. He's grown up with Beckett as Beckett's been the starter, but he stayed true and loyal. Here's a handoff up the middle for Waukee. Big number 43 rumbling forward. Sam Heinrich, the sophomore. You know, they have a lot of holes that they're going to have to fill. Is that maybe the sweep over?
That might be the Heinrich family over there that we can hear.
Heinrich gets inside the Metro Heating Cooling red zone. But we talked about the seniors that are on this team. A couple sophomores have made big plays tonight, especially at wide receiver.
Yeah, they've got a nice bunch here, and we saw senior night. It took about 30 minutes to get through all the senior players as they were recognizing them and their parents beforehand. So, obviously they're going to have a lot to replace for next year. But obviously with tonight's results, you like that group going out, and they've got some momentum. It's a potentially dangerous group here on the offensive side of things. Defensively, they got to get some things figured out, and they're going to face some teams, and potentially they're going to throw the ball quite a bit. And these defensive backs, just one interception on the year is not great, but they're going to have to come up big as they make it and try to advance in the playoffs.
Ethan Fitch was the tailback. Here's Heinrich again. Well, he is a bowling ball all the way down inside the 5. I think it is. His family's in the suite over on our far right. Boy, he puts his head down and runs. Under 2 minutes to go. The rain is coming down heavily. I keep watching everyone. I'm surprised they haven't said maybe watch your step on the bleachers. We always say that at Knoxville Raceway when we're doing stuff and it rains, but boy, it is pouring.
Who do we call to bring our car around? Do we have the valet service, or how does that work?
Again, credit to Gavin and Marion. Our 2 camera people are out on this balcony in front of us. They're braving the weather. I can't believe our cameras are okay. Handoff, going far side. That's Ethan Fitch again, down inside the 5. Let's see, does Waukee try to score, or do they just knee it out here? They can still knee it out if they want to.
I think you go ahead and, it's your last game, regular season game of the year. You got some guys in there, and I think both coaches understand it. You're trying to get those guys rewarded for their efforts throughout the season and them feel good.
Under a minute to go. Heinrich is the back. Sophomore in the backfield. He gets the carry and scores.
Nice.
Sam Heinrich. Touchdown, Waukee. And the suite all the way on the far right side is loving every minute about it. Waukee up to 48 points here in the pouring rain. That's pretty cool.
Icing on the cake for them. Yeah, like you said, that's the good feeling. That's why you don't take the knee. That's why you go. And
Robinson in the rain.
Oof.
Puts it through. 49-21 will stay here as Waterloo West will get the ball back with 41 seconds left. Heinrich gets to do the hammer, the turnover hammer. They said, let him do it. It's a good thing we're wrapping up. The windows are going to be gone. Oh, no, we've lost a camera. Marion's going to bring that in. I'll grab your headset there. Well, we've lost one camera for the rain. I hope it's not heavily water damaged. We'll wait for the damage. Rachel says, nah, no way. Well, at least Marion gets inside to dry off. Gavin is still braving the weather on our one lone camera left.
He's just there for the music.
I mean, it's our luck. We go all year, warm temps, no rain, every football Friday. What happens in week 9? It's the coldest night where, as Midwesterners, we haven't quite adjusted, a.k.a. Gavin. And then the rain. Rain doesn't help you out. Robinson will kick this one deep with 41 seconds to go. And Moeller will take this one out of bounds. Let's see, Dallas Center Grimes. What's up?
You got to like the DJ here playing some Rihanna Umbrella.
Dallas Center Grimes defeats Kennedy 14-7. Liberty beat Muscatine 68-14. I think Indianola is going to hold on versus Urbandale. So all things considering, like I had talked about, Waukee will play Liberty next week. Waterloo West will play Dowling Catholic, a team who they've already played before and lost 55-7. Waukee played Liberty last year, lost to the Lightning over in Iowa City. Waterloo West on the handoff up the middle. Going to get a couple and most likely just going to take this thing down. They can run one more play. What a year it has been for Waukee. They were 2-5 going into the last week on the road at number 1 Waukee Northwest, who hadn't lost a game. And they go in and they upset their crosstown rival on a blocked field goal. They come into this week needing to win to stay alive, and that's exactly what they're going to do. It is a final. Waukee defeats Waterloo West 49-21, and it's a party in Key as the Warriors are going to the postseason. Waterloo West will join them. 49-21 is your final score. Couple mistakes on both sides, but really, all things considering, Waukee made the plays when it counted. They come away with the win.
Yeah, and that's like you said. They had their opportunities. Both teams had a rough start to either the first half or the second half, and it was just Waukee that was able to capitalize on those mistakes a little bit better than Waterloo West was. But again, two different scenarios. One team is fighting for their playoff lives. The other one knows they've got a little bit of room and a cushion to work with. It's just a matter of who they want to play. But again, both teams. Week 9, you get both teams leaving probably a little bit happy that they know they got some more football ahead of them.
Congratulations to both Waukee and Waterloo West for advancing on to the postseason here in Class 5A here in 2025. That'll do it for us. Thank you to Gavin and Marion out who braved the elements all night long in the cold and the rain on camera. For our producer, Rachel, he's Dave Lane. I'm Blake Walker saying so long from Waukee High School, where the Warriors of Waukee defeat the Waterloo West Wallhawks 49-21. We'll see you next week.